Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's another AEW Dynamite live stream here at the channel. It's going to be a fun one. Lots to talk about. More buzz, more news in the IWC than we can shake a stick at. But between firings, terminations, lawsuits, and everything else in between, we got a big announcement and we got a stack card here tonight. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and do not go anywhere. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. We welcome you to the channel. We welcome you to the stream. Make sure you get in that chat. Hit like, hit subscribe, be a part of the family. Do not miss any of our content. We are here all week long. We got a busy week, a busy month, a busy year ahead. So lots to talk about, lots to get into. And me and that pretty face next to me are going to cover all the action tonight and react to it all. It's going to be a fun one. Like I said, the card is pretty stacked. And what is the big announcement? Has it been spoiled or is there more to it? Is the rumors true? We will find out. Plus, we're going to talk a little TNA tonight because there's big news coming out of that camp as well. But I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and I mean, should we get right into it? I don't know if it's inappropriate to say this joke, but I guess Scott D'Amore is Scott D'Amore.
Scott D'Amore. A very sad story. Again, we don't have all the details, but if the details that have come out are true and straightforward and there's no additional news about it, it is shocking that Scott D'Amore, and speaking of a man who would be shocked and hurt, just when TNA had all this momentum and it felt like they were on the cusp of being a legit number two, really challenging AEW for their stake, this might set them back quite a bit.
I was bigging them up. I've been calling them the number two promotion in pro wrestling in the U.S., and you ruined it. You soiled it. But they're making it easy for WWE just to hire the best creative team possible because now Scott D'Amore is a free agent. Remy, whatever his name is, Rossi from Stardom's been released, and apparently is clearly not going to be working with AEW when Tony Khan's making fun of him getting fired here. So I'm just waiting for all these guys to sign with WWE, and then, hey, Josh Alexander, your contract's up. Jordan Grace, your contract's up. Where do you want to work? You don't want to work over there anymore because they fucked over your buddy that you like. So why don't you come work over here with your buddy?
That's a big part of this story, and we've seen an outpouring of love from wrestlers all involved in TNA, past, present, and future. The lack of Scott D'Amore involvement in TNA, I mean, he was the heart and soul of this movement. We all remember the clips when he came out at the end of the show and TNA were effing back. He was ready, and so many people had gathered around him. So many people had praised him for what he had done inside and outside of that ring. And now with him moving on, man, I wonder what that's going to be like. And I wonder how this will affect TNA moving forward.
You nailed it right out there on the head with he was the heart and soul. He was the whole reason everybody got behind this whole new, we're going back to being TNA and we're so excited. We've got all this buzz. We signed Nick Nemeth. We're getting all this attention, and thanks for coming, Scott. And just out of the blue, there's no logical, rational reason why. Just nope, sorry, thank you. And Anthem's going to bring in a new guy.
Yeah, and again, the new person that they're bringing in as president, and Antonio Ciccone or something like that. I don't know what his wrestling. I don't believe there's a wrestling background. Are they going to hire new producers? Are they going to hire a new writer? What is the plan here to make this make sense? Like, okay, you fire Scott, but Scott was more than just the figurehead. He was part of the, he was the creative juices behind all of this. He was connected to the wrestlers, as we talked about. So now the question becomes, who runs the show? Who puts the show together? Is this dude, the new dude, going to do it? And can he do it?
Right. Well, I instantly disagree with Ricky's comment here, as we'll get to the chat here in a second. But Scott made the product stale. The product never reached its full potential. It's time for a change. Boo earns. The whole reason we were excited, the whole reason I've been saying that it's becoming the number 2 promotion in the US is because of the buzz and the attention that it's gotten from Scott D'Amore being that passionate about it and it feeling just that family vibe of he's hugging everybody backstage, and there, like you said, that there was an outpour of the entire locker rooms pissed off about this.
Well, to the point where there's reports coming out that they were told that he stepped down and then found out that wasn't true, so it didn't make them any happier. And in addition to that, Nick, I think they're really in a, like, you know, I see the point that Ricky I was trying to make, but the company wasn't stale at all. It was on fire. Like, Hard to Kill was better than anything AEW produced in the last quarter. Coming into January, Impact was great for the first month so far. We've had big matches, big names involved. And to say it was stale, I mean, it was the furthest thing from stale. Maybe Impact itself had gotten a little stale, but they had just turned a new leaf. And Scott D'Amore was the head of the TNA revolution that was. And so I completely disagree with the idea that it was stale. It was on an upward trajectory, and I feel like this is going to halt it hard.
Oh, absolutely. You just signed Zigglypuff, and we were talking about other names like a Camille still floating around out there. What's up?
He's in the mix now. Like,
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot going on with this, and again, I'm the cynical wrestling fan in me. When I first heard it, my thought was there has to be more to this story. It can't just be we were reshifting things around and decided Scott wasn't working. So I'm a little shocked. And again, I mean, I hope Scott lands on his feet. He's clearly got a wrestling mind. I really hope that somehow he stays involved some way, shape, or form. If I was Tony Khan, I'd be making that call real quick, being like, can you help my creative?
But that's the thing, is that's why I said initially that they're making it easy for WWE to have the greatest creative team of all time, because Tony's not picking up that phone. Tony would have done that a while ago. Tony's not calling anybody to add to his creative team because his creative team is him.
Yeah, and that's clearly been the downfall. So, and that all being said, now tonight we'll shift gears a little bit here. Tonight looks like it's going to be a good show. On paper, I felt like the last couple weeks, even looking at the announced matches, I was like, we'll see how this goes. Tonight, I mean, we get Hangman and Swerve 3. We got, Jericho Takeshita, I'm indifferent about, and we've talked about the Jericho Callis feud needs to probably end. It's really weird. It's like heel on heel. Jericho thought this would make him a babyface. It isn't working. But I mean, the other matches that are lined up for tonight look like it's going to be a solid card.
Well, do you think that Sting and Darby win the titles off of Big Bill? Okay. I didn't even have to finish the question. Win the titles. Yes.
I predicted this weeks ago. When they first started teasing that Sting and Darby were going to fight Big Bill and Ricky, and they hadn't even said like there was going to be a match, that not only would the Young Bucks retire Sting, but they'd regain the tag team championships.
Because that's their way of getting the belts off of Ricky and the gang without Ricky having to do the job. Because I think him and Big Bill, W. Morrissey are gone to WWE as soon as their contracts are up, like literally next day.
Yeah, they feel like they're we joked before, right? The bags are packed, they're at the door.
There you go.
So yeah, man, I feel like there's definitely a potential here that they are gonna lose the belts, and Sting and Darby, sentimental of Sting gets to be a tag team champion on his way out.
One last time.
You put him on a platter for the new and improved Young Bucks, which feel like the same old Bucks that we've gotten for years.
Right. Well, and I see the chat, and I see some people even trying to say spoilers. Well, no, because they're the alleged rumor that's been leaked out there, thanks to TD Garden itself, is that the big announcement is that March 13th, AEW is coming to Boston, and there's obviously the potential to tie in clearly that Mercedes Moné is, I guess, going to be on that show. Now, whether they announce Mercedes there, whether they have a special attached name, which I've heard through a source that it's been set up to be called Big Business, but then again, it plays with Tony's terrible names for stuff and everything. But how do you feel that, I guess, the alleged new announcement is that they're going to do a show in Boston, and that's assumedly where they're going to debut Moné?
Well, again, and I think some people have speculated. I think one of the people in the chat has done it over the last couple of days, that the big announcement could be the return of the Owen Hart Classic, which fair enough. It will be very interesting. Now, this will be very telling. If you book TD Garden, which fine, TD Garden let it slip. We've joked before that AEW and secrets do not go well together at all.
No.
They can't keep a secret at all, which is crazy funny. But if you sell 2,000 tickets at the TD Garden, is that great, you booked the TD Garden, but can you put people in it? Will people show up? Will there be an influx of tickets because Sasha's going to be there? I don't know. This will be very telling out of the gate. You might be setting up for a very big event, a very big debut, or you might be setting up for something lackluster.
Valid, very valid, because that's been almost the indictment on AEW as far as their ticket sales, is that they don't advertise really locally before they do a show unless it's like a huge event. So maybe they'll do better because they're, advertising it so far in advance, but we'll see. It still remains to be seen.
Absolutely. Now, we are a couple minutes away from the show, folks. I see a lot of people hanging out with us already. So we will quickly run through roll call as this list gets longer by the day. But C Money, Jason, Gravity Guy, I think that's a relatively new name. How you doing? Talking about Scott, Damien, the leader of the Hopium Tribe Chambers. Good to see Richard Jr. back with his craziness. Who else we got? C Money, already gotcha. Trey, how you doing? Nick Bray, found a new home. Let's go. It's good to see you again, sir. And thank you for joining us. Eric, be a friend, tell a friend, by the way, folks. Smitty City, I love that name. That's a good one. Mike, welcome back. Cool Gamer. First name, John. Vape Card. Mike. Ringsider Anthony. Very upset. He's not having a good time right now. Things are not good for him.
We're 38 days into 2024, and in the world of pro wrestling, it has already just been insanity.
It's insane. And I said that earlier today to you and Anthony of 2024 continues to just bewilder me of one story after another. And you're like, all right, let's go.
But there's stories that you would have no way of predicting that they just fuck.
Right. Daniel Price, good to see you. Our buddy Scott gets a picture with Chris Jericho in our shirt. It felt so poetic. But I can't thank you enough, Scott. That picture touched my heart in so many ways. But to see our logo next to Chris Jericho's face, oh my God, if he only knew.
Yeah, this is what it's like when worlds collide.
What's up, Juan? How you doing? And Philip Brown, how are you? Dynamite started out great, but it goes downhill after the first match. Now, we are kicking off. I got Pyro, Nick, so we're going to have to sync up a little bit here, I think.
Yes, I've got the end of the Big Bang here.
The big bang, bang, bang.
Bang, 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 bang.
Now, we're going to open the show tonight, but
I feel like AEW tends to always start their show off with one of their better matches just to try and keep the audience going from Big Bang.
Now, I have a guy holding up a sign that says, remember to have fun in a Miss Foley outfit. So watch for that, and then we will be synced. So, ladies and gentlemen, the show is kicking off. Nick and I are getting dialed in together. Eric Tate, how you doing? Christopher, how you doing? EQ. I will remind everybody out there as this chat gets busier. Super chat, super stickers. Don't forget them. What do you got? Robert.
I still got crowd shots here. I don't have remember to have fun. I just got remember to have fun.
There we go. So the winner of Swerve and Hangman 3 tonight will take on Samoa Joe. Powered by Woo Energy Drink. So big shout out to that.
It's got to be Swerve though, right? Like, granted, I know everyone's going to say it's this dusty finish, but he's already beat the man twice. Are they kicking it off with this?
It looks like they're starting the show with the main event.
Dude,
so
seriously,
how does the show not go down? This is clearly your most desired match tonight.
And it was Sting, that's why.
Oh, Sting wins the world title. Yeah.
Tag titles.
Yeah. Still, that match is not nearly as exciting as this one. But this also leads to my theory that it's going to be a fuck finish.
Yeah. Who has the better mustache, Hangman or Dax?
You know what? I would say, Magnum Hangman.
Magnum TA Hangman. You
got it. Look it up a little.
Go. Look at you go.
What's up? Can be anything. TK's announcement from either Mercedes or working with CMLL. A forbidden door with CMLL. I don't know why I struggle to say that fucking acronym, but that forbidden door announcement, that's a press release, not a big announcement. Tony Khan has to learn the difference between a big announcement and a press release. ESPN, Fox, Warner Brothers to start streaming. I don't know about that, but we will see.
Well, and I sent it to the group chat and everything, as I kind of like that we're getting the backstage walkthroughs. Hey, AEW, I see you doing what WWE does a little bit.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It feels very similar to another company.
Right. But with the whole merger announcement of a streaming platform between Disney, ESPN, and Fox, AEW was not, and Warner Discovery, AEW was not discussed in all of that and any of that. AEW is not involved in that. And if anything, they're left off of it.
And I said this before, I'm really curious how the negotiations are going to go with Tony. If Tony values his company way up here, and then the people with the analytics think it's here, are you going to be able to come to a deal?
Right.
Now, this comment, it was this, where did it go? Shit, so many comments. It's moved. KJ, I'm not forgetting that. I think TK forgot that. We've had Sting versus the Workhorsemen, Sting in nothing matches. So this has it really felt like a big spotlight on Sting? He was in an 8-man tag with Jericho. Like, he hasn't really,
I've been on record saying that this last run with Sting has been nothing but a letdown, because it's, I understand, and we've discussed it at length about how I understand that this is, I guess, his match that he picked out between him and the Bucks is his last match.
Which is
even the build, everything has not felt like it's gotten the same treatment. This is the end of the road, anything.
No. And again, it doesn't help. Like, the Young Bucks do an interview, and they basically say we have an issue with the old wrestlers, making shots at Punk, and then say, oh, but Sting, you're not one of them. You're fine. Should they not dig in and say, yeah, we're happy you're going. Yeah, we want to get rid of you. Yeah, Sting, you suck. Your time's over. You're stale. We don't need you. Like, that's what they should be doing.
Right there, as I see, we had about 95 people kicking it with us. They spent 95% of their promo talking about CM Punk, and the last 5% reminding everybody, oh, hey, we're actually supposed to be fighting Sting here. Punk's not with us anymore, so go watch him on the other program. We're going to actually fight Sting here.
Right. Swerve 4-0 for this year. Yeah, ding. Get your predictions in, folks. If you're new here, we take a prediction on every single match. We take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So we want to know what you are thinking. We want to see your opinion. What did you like? What did you not like? And I'm predicting this match leads to a triple threat at Revolution.
I don't like it, because does anyone feel that Hangman deserves, I guess, to be in there? And Gravity, we weren't making fun of Sting. We were making fun of his booking.
Yeah, who made fun of Sting?
Oh, because he said bashing Sting. He was 64 years old.
Sting. Yes, they should.
Well, they should be, if that's what you were getting at. Fair enough.
If they want to be the heels that they're trying to be, and they want to set up buzz for this match, they should be digging at it. There should be interaction, and there's none of that. What's more exciting and what feels like a better matchup would be Sting and Darby versus Big Bill and Ricky Starks at Revolution.
Or just Sting versus Darby.
Well, that's what I originally wanted. I was
yeah.
I thought it was a perfect chance to pole vault Darby.
But I've got Swerve winning this match. But granted, this has been really the only thing, at least on the male side, that they have worth paying attention to right now when it comes to AEW.
It really is. The crowd is loud. Big slap by Hangman, folks.
I like how now just the comments have just turned into the lyrics of Swerve's song. Top rope, big pressure, blah. I crash when I drop. Yeah, I crash when I drop.
Swerve throwing Hangman up into the crowd over the guardrail, folks. And again, I don't know how many people are there, but they're loud.
Yeah. Swerve dives over the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we not counting? 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we still not counting?
Right. Samoa Joe might attack Swerve and Hangman. It's a total trap. Yeah, I mean, again, Roman recently did that, and everybody didn't like it. So, 5,300 tickets sold to this event, apparently. So there you go. That's a big one for them.
That's a climb up for them. There you go.
There you go. I'm not a fan of a three-way match at Revolution. Either am I, Damien. I'm just following the habits of one said Tony Khan. And when it comes to the Young Bucks, Adam Page, Kenny, certain people get certain booking, Jericho, that, I just feel like that's where this is heading. Prove me wrong, Tony, but that's where I feel this is going.
I could see it going there because, like we both just talked about, there's really nothing super attractive, super interesting that you're really paying attention to that has much of a story on the men's side beyond these two. So you halfway carry that into the Joe match because the Joe's not even really involved in anything outside of this. Like the whole Undisputed Kingdom now, it has just fallen by the wayside. That's no longer relevant, it feels even.
It's not. And the way they've booked it, what makes me mad is all the people mad at the Undisputed Kingdom are too busy scissoring themselves to go fight the Undisputed Kingdom and keep them relevant while MJF recovers. Wow, big chance. We're getting a mixed chant between Swerve's house and Cowboy shit.
Well, I like Lady B saying, does Hangman have the Dak stash? Little bit.
It was thick there for a couple weeks. He trimmed it up.
I think he's more just trimmed the beard around it because it looked before like the mustache just really stood out amongst the beard. Now it's just the mustache.
Yeah. And Swerve is their biggest star. Swerve is over more than anybody in this company right now.
Undeniably.
Got Swerve for the win.
Kip up from Hangman. Sting and Darby lose to Ricky and Big Bill by DQ. No one. Ricky and Big Bill. Big will give Sting and Darby their first L. The Bucks take the titles off Ricky and Big Bill, and Sting and Darby take it from the Bucks. So you have him winning the titles on his way out?
Yeah.
So he wins it for a day and then has to relinquish it because he's retired and the other one's climbing a mountain.
Nah. I kind of think my theories might be onto something. We'll see what happens, though.
Right.
How did they not think of doing Darby versus... Apparently, the rumor is, Nick, that Sting didn't want to do a singles match. Oh!
It's so weird because when you say Nick, I like perk up of like, are you talking to me? No, wait, you're talking to him.
Two birds with one stone. Let's go.
Two birds stoned at once.
There you go. Swerve has to win the title. He's the hottest talent in AEW currently. I agree. I want Joe versus Swerve straight up. If I had a vote, that's what it would be. What bothers me is I don't think Tony's going to do it.
Yeah, and I think then that's where you could honestly kind of turn Swerve babyface.
He is babyface. No matter what they treat him.
He's supposed to be the heel, though. He's the Roman Reigns effect. It's the current day and age. All the heels are the most popular babyfaces. Right. Yeah.
Bryan. Just punching him in the side of the kicking him. They're brutal. No, I mean, he's rude. You should be pushing him as a babyface, but you got him in a match with a guy who's supposed to be a babyface, but nobody really cares about Hangman.
He's a super great upper mid-card guy. That's where he is. That's where he slots in perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, if he was in some rivalry with like Darby, or not Darby, with like OC going after the IC title, or Christian going after the TNT title, I could go for that. But him getting in the way of Swerve's title chances is still, wow. Clubbed him in the back of the head. Nice. The crowd sounds loud as shit, Freebird. You're not wrong, man.
Is Hangman their most over homemade product? Because he's really the only one that's in their main card currently that isn't initially from another promotion. It isn't.
Swerve?
No, Hangman.
Oh, Hangman? No. I think you'd look towards like maybe Darby or something like that.
Okay. You think Darby?
I just don't think Hangman's that over.
I mean, we've got a split reaction here with this, and I don't know how much Darby's over versus him with Sting's over.
Yeah, well, that's true too, right? And you did have MJF, but he's on the shelf.
Yeah, currently, and we still don't even know if he's going to be there.
Right.
Oh, swerving in the barricade.
Keyshawn bringing up Jeff Jarrett. We actually haven't seen Jeff Jarrett much in about a month.
Shh, don't talk about it. Don't bring it up. He'll just run out of the match now because you said it.
Right. TNA going back to Russo and Hogan. Let's go. Poor TNA.
Could you imagine if the new president of TNA from Anthem is Dixie Carter?
My God. Well,
hell has officially frozen over.
The WWE is about to take over TNA. Is some people's thought.
Oh,
a ruse. The whole time they used Jordan Grace just to get in the door.
Hey, it could happen. It could happen. I mean, or at least
Endeavor
could buy them, and then we'll just have another merger.
There you go. But Swerve rolling back into the ring. There was actually a count there for a second, so the countouts do exist sometimes.
They do exist.
A good start to the show. My only fear with this, Nick, is I hope it's not downhill from here.
I worry it will be. Or at least it's going to take a good plummet. We're going to hit a pothole at some point here, I feel
like this should have been the main event, man.
Oh, absolutely. This is your challenger for your world title. This 100%. If you can't have your world title, you damn sure should have the people challenging for your world title in the main event.
Right. Cornette to TNA. Cornette's not leaving the compound. There's too many people that want to punch him in the face.
Or people he probably wants to punch in the face.
Yeah, but I feel like he's a lot more talk.
Oh, yeah.
Punch. Swerve grabbing the rope on the 1 count.
Yeah, should this have not 100% been your main event? Can you lead in with Sting and Darby versus Bill and Ricky?
Well,
especially even if they're going to take the titles. Have them take the titles, good babyface pop. There you go. Holy shit, what's going to happen the rest of the night?
Right. And well, realistically, if Jericho is the star that they think he is, he could open the show with Takeshita and had a really good match. No. Or I know he's not, but he thinks he is. Still to come. That must be the main event tonight is the tag titles. And it's a tornado. I was a little bummed out that they made it a tornado tag, which means anything goes in AEW. I wish it was just a straight up tag match.
You mean it's just an AEW match? It's an AEW tag match. You don't need to call it a tornado. You don't need to call it a no DQ or anything like that. It's just an AEW tag match because there are no rules.
Hangman to the outside. Back body draw. Wow.
Whoa.
Swerve coming down hard.
At least he didn't end up like Late Blade there from NXT that we watched last night to where, man, I don't know what he pulled or tore or anything, but that man just, all of his knee went away.
Yeah, it didn't look good at all. This shouldn't be the main event. Why shouldn't this be the main event? Is this not the most hyped, anticipated, and probably best match we're going to get tonight?
It's all about Sting's retirement.
I guess so. I'm okay with the tag title match, but it better be good. Oh, hey, man.
But nobody home.
Flatliner! Down goes Page. Both men on the outside.
I like this from Alexis. The pothole is going to be a Jericho match.
Facts.
That might be when you see you and I kind of tag in and tag out for a minute.
You could have opened the show with the Luchadors versus BCC. That should be a fun match, if nothing else.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? That's well, I'll wait and see when that match actually happens. I'm worried that's going to be sloppy jalopy.
Swerve over. Might have given himself a bit of a Charlie horse there, but he good.
Right.
What a match to start the night, folks. What a match. Sup, KJ and Nick, you heard about Camille. Rumor is Camille is no longer in talks with WWE and is on her way to my man's froze, I think. There you go. Is on her way to AEW, which, again, if you're signing Sasha, Deanna, Camille, you are putting an investment in your women's division, and it is stacking up.
Yeah, you just got to book it on the back end there. You can sign a bunch of all-stars, but if you can't put the fucking team in the right places, don't mean shit.
No, not at all.
I think outside of, real quick, I think if Scott D'Amore hadn't gotten fired today, I think it would have been viable. She went to TNA as well.
Absolutely.
That would have been an option.
Oh, down goes Hangman. Into the suplex right away. Down goes Hangman again.
Swerve hitting the gritty, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, with the roster that AEW has and is looking to have, the onus is on the creative, on the production. How can they deliver big kick by Swerve? Is that it?
1, 2, two go.
Hi guys, did Sasha come out yet? No, I don't expect her tonight.
No, well, does she at least get mentioned, or do we just go with the show in Boston and we probably have some name that really strongly hints towards her being there?
Yeah, build up towards it kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem. I think we've said this before that Toni needs to do a better job of creating anticipation instead of just dropping everything. Like, I can't wait. Like, he's so excited.
Right. Tony Hayes saying, after horribly breaking my left leg, I hate to watch those crazy flips. Then don't watch the CMLL match.
Yeah. I hope that wasn't a recent leg break, and I hope you're doing well, sir.
Did he just smooch him? I think Hangman just smooched Swerve.
Maybe. Well, I mean, he did drink his blood, so what's next?
They're close.
Yeah, they're tight. Looks like we're gonna get a sunset. Yeah. What the?
You're going for the hurricanrana, but nobody home there. And
I think they were going for a sunset bomb reversal, but wow, Swerve! Holy shit! What a power bomb, though. That botch looks scary.
I don't think it was a botch. I think it was supposed to be there. I think they were selling that he kind of rolled out of it there, so I don't think it was a botch. But yeah, pop up power bomb.
Woo! I literally got like a chill when I saw him come down. Like, oh my god,
he's gonna break his neck.
I will remind everyone. I see the chat blowing up. Keep it coming. We're gonna click on as many as we can. But remember, there's super chats, super stickers. You can become a member to guarantee. If you want to guarantee that we click on your message, the super chats are there for you.
Right.
If you want to name it after Sasha, Botchin' in
Boston or Boss Botch Time.
Daniel, that's funny. Point for you, buddy.
Oh, I put it out there on Twitter. Sorry.
No, they're calling it like bank holiday or bank statement, or she's not Sasha Banks anymore.
Yeah, well, like I said, oh
my god!
Let's go, Swerve! And the crowd comes alive instantly. The crowd wants to see him.
They haven't shut up.
Coupe de Gracie. 1, 2.
Wow.
That was a slow count and a fucking half.
2 9 quarters.
2 9 3/4. Someone call Harry Potter.
Tuck your chin.
What if you have multiple chins? Do you chuck your chins?
Your chinny chin chins?
Chinny chins?
Not by the hair of my chinny chin.
Well, yeah, if you have a beard, you have to like tuck that in too.
I will say the crowd is hot as hell. They have not sat down, and this match, man, I mean, this is going to be hard to follow for the next 2 hours.
Again, this is why we said this probably should have been the main event, but then again, would it survive an hour and a half or so of Dynamite and still get this reaction on the back end?
Try and capitalize on it straight away. Yeah. I get it. But I mean, it'll be very curious to see how it all pans out. But man, I mean, they're not wasting any time. They're cooking, and they've given them a hot minute to work here.
Well, 100% you should. This is
what is happening.
One of the most matches.
Oh my god!
No count outs so far. No, we don't even have a 1, a 2.
Both men on the guardrail.
Oh, is he about to hit a fucking spike pile driver?
No way.
In barricade.
DDT.
Oh, all right. You were worried about how he fell before. Now you should be worried because that man just hit a DDT on the barricade.
Right in the face.
And
I go to picture in picture.
Sugar honey iced tea and picture in picture.
Instantly into the McDonald's commercials. It's like they know I have munchies.
Well, on a side note, as we're getting holy sugar honey iced tea chance, did you read about how pretty much WWE had to tell the fans stop with the F you Carmelo chance, otherwise we're gonna have to pull the show. Like this isn't gonna air unless you stop.
Yeah, I guess that's I guess the guy with the button was having fever dreams with like
but that's how you know you got real heat.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, and we come from a time where things were a little chaotic in the crowd. Signs said all types of shit, so less censored back in the day.
Right.
Mike, why did Scott get fired? We'll come back around. We talked about it in the pre-show a little bit. Essentially, they were merging their, it was downsizing. Internal downsizing is the way I would put it.
Consolidation, but the fact that they couldn't put him anywhere else or anything, like of all the moves to make, that's the move you make. It's like firing a head coach after he just won Coach of the Year. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, it's just so surprising. So surprising. Table time. Yeah, why do we got a table?
Because Bubba Ray Dudley. I don't know. I do want them, especially if it's WrestleMania in Philadelphia, even if they just come out for a spot and they hit a fucking, put Grayson Waller through a table. Love to just see something like that pop up. Like we've talked about Heyman going into the Hall of Fame. You got to pay a little bit of that homage to ECW. I think would be a nice touch.
I don't disagree with that at all. You have a segment where a Waller or a Theory's running their mouth, and the Dudley boys come out, hit a 3D, give us a what's up, give us a table spot, and go home. Perfect.
Right.
Yeah, I've never seen that spot on a barricade either, Nick. Probably
no. And I thought it was going to be even more dangerous if they actually tried to do a power bar or do a pile driver on that. But the DDT, I can see how it's unique as shit, but I can see how it's at least safer than a pile driver on there.
The fact that they both held their balance on the damn thing.
Acrobatics. As I'm back from picture in picture, we've got the table set up on the outside, and again, I still follow the rules of wrestling of he who set it up must go through it.
Right. We'll find out. Back and forth coming out of this commercial break or coming out of picture in picture. March 3rd, not far away.
Oh, the double big boot to the face instead of the chop spot. That was interesting if they did the big boot spot.
I like the fact that it wasn't really a standstill exchange blows spot.
Yeah.
That was a botch. I don't know which one you want to talk about.
It was not a. Well, I think they were talking about the DDT on the barricade. That was not a botch.
I think he came down wrong. Yes, I know what he was trying to do, but he shouldn't have landed that high on his head.
Hit
Hit him with the pesticide. Good match, a great match. Great energy, great way to start the show, guys. And I was anticipating, like I said, I felt like AEW has been 0-4 to start 2024. This is 5th time at bat. Let's see if they can smack.
I was going to say, we're only at the first half hour here. We're only on the top of the first here.
Right. Uh-oh. Now we're going to get the... But
I can hate this so much now because this has just become such an AEW trope of the back and forth, fisticuffs, I'll just eat this shot so I can hit one on you and then you hit one on me. It's just, it works, every now and then because it's so out of the blue. But when you do it in every goddamn match, it's a trope now. It's not a, build-up spot.
Big backbreaker, big backbreaker by Paige.
You want to try that again?
Backbreaker, brawn breaker. What? TNA is not the only team. All right. Good match, but it's going too long. How do you say that about a good match? I don't think it's going too long. Do you feel like you're...
No, but I do see how there will be at times where a match overstays its welcome, but then that's when it's supposed to go downhill. This is still just constant, I think, progressed here.
Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't have hit the Swerve's finish like halfway through the match.
No. Hangman caught up, and I like how they sold it to where he was hung up on it. The table says, fuck you. Table says, nope, not today. But I like how they sold it to where he was actually hung up there versus just let me hold myself here.
Right.
Yeah, the table just plopped right underneath. The second Hangman laid on it. Nope, not today.
Not today. And then now he's going looking for another one. We going shopping, folks.
And the second biggest pop of this whole match is for a second table.
Then the first one, again, the ref doesn't even begin to count.
Not even attempting. Like, at least make an attempt.
Like, I miss the old, well, I mean, they still do it elsewhere, but like the roll in, roll out. Oh, he counted one now. It took him 11 minutes to get to one.
There's Scott Chioda here with the 1, 2, the super exaggerated counts.
Swerve throwing Hangman back in.
Yeah, you'd have it to where they'd roll in and then roll back out to break the count, or they'd toss their opponent in and then toss them right back out to break the count.
Oh, goes for the 450. Knees up.
Knees up. 1, 2. Two count.
Interesting. All right. AEW, there are no rules. Optional rules. The rules are suggested.
Yeah, they're suggestions versus actual rules.
That's how I treat traffic rules. Suggestions.
Well, and Richard brings up a great point, actually. I know he's normally way off base here, but if they would have used the table, would that have not been a disqualification?
No, I guess no, not in this company.
Well, I know in their rules, but by wrestling rules, it should be a disqualification.
Big clothesline by Hangman. Going for the back shot. Another one. See? Oh, my God.
Oh.
Turned him inside out.
1, 2, on the rope. They've given this match a good chunk of time, and I like it because we're a half hour in and it should have been just this match.
Yeah, the table botched. Now, how the fuck are you going to follow this match? How are you going to follow this match?
With Judas in my mind.
Yeah, Tony Storm in Red Velvet. Chris Jericho versus
I become man.
I am the table. Yeah,
Matthew, where are you? Oh, Jedi, right on the
apron. Okay, now it's going a bit long. No, just fucking with you.
Well, now again, where the fuck is the count?
Oh, we got
all right. We're at 2. Now we're finally doing it.
The ref
Nana, help his ass. Do something. You're there.
AEW is supposed to have a run over tonight. Interesting.
When do they not? Tell me when they don't versus tell me when they do.
Well, an actual planned run over, I suppose.
Again, tell me when they don't versus when they do.
Nana is dancing over Swerve, where Swerve's trying to like.
He's summoning him back to life. If I swerve, he will get up.
I'd be like, bro, get away from me. I'm trying to work.
Shaman of if I swerve when I drive, it'll.
Now we got a chair. Away. Oh, Nana's
disqualification.
Oh, Nana.
Oh, he cracked Nana.
Oh, listen to the booze.
Weed.
There you go.
Vitamins.
Heel turn from Page.
RBD.
Oh, Swerve makes him eat the chair. Swerve makes him eat the chair. Pick his ass up.
Swerve going up top.
But look, Hangman watching him.
Right,
Hangman saw him coming.
Watch that happen to him. Oh, Swerve randomly selling his ankle off. Don't tell me. No way. He actually got hurt. Son of a bitch.
Nana's a good hype guy. Just make him a baby face and just run it. Like everyone loves dancing along with the guy.
Right. Roll through.
Oh, he's gonna snap the ankle.
That's why. All right.
What's going on, Dale?
They got me there for a minute.
Hangman twisted his foot. Let's go. The crowd is chanting, "We want tables." You already had 1.5.
Well, no, you've had half. You haven't had.
That's right. Half. Here comes the table spot now because why not?
Step up into good by Swerve. Into the turnbuckle. Oh, he's going to hit his dead shot through the table. Yup. Oh.
And that table didn't want to break.
No, that table split like perfectly. Just straight like crack, like right in the center.
Swerve slid off the top of it.
He was going off of Hangman's momentum there. He never touched that table. Like ECW.
Yeah, this Swerve stomp thing with the guy kind of sitting up. It's like you see him coming. Move.
Well, even then, the fact that this is the third or fourth time he's hit this. Now he moves, but this is the third or fourth time he's hit this in this match.
Yeah, but he's about to lose.
Son of a fuck. Selling the ankle. Why can't he be like everybody else and just duck the, buckshot? Because that's now the new thing is you just duck it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, caught him.
Roll up coming. Oh, no. He ducked him.
But the ankle, he can't get the cover because he smashed his ankle here. 1, 2.
Wait, what? What?
Time limit draw. That's how they're going to fucking do it, is a time limit draw. No one knew that there was a goddamn time limit until they decided to ring the bell. The time limit has expired.
Why would they not at least make us aware of it?
Even then, what was the time limit? 34 minutes?
30 minutes time limit.
30-minute
time limit. And the crowd is not happy. It's triple threat. This is Tony's booking. He's trying to protect everybody.
But of all the dusty finishes, you could have done it some sort of way. Like you do it that way, you didn't build to it to where it seemed like it was super back and forth. Well, it kind of did, but yeah. Oh, Swerve's got a microphone. It can't end like this. We need overtime.
Crowd is chanting.
We're just about to become Josh Allen. We need goddamn overtime.
The crowd is chanting.
Your 13 seconds.
The crowd is not happy at all, Nick.
More minutes.
I'm gonna go 5 more and draw again.
I'm not gonna lie. They're kind of getting me behind that. This is the feud that works for them.
How is this not the main event, my guy? How is this? Are you telling me that anything's going to be better than this tonight.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying this is the apex. I'm just one of those 34.32 second time limit.
Well,
down to the seconds.
They're booing Paige. They're booing Paige.
If he doesn't accept this, you look like a bitch.
Forrest Gump here.
Yeah, but my guy, how do you not look like a bitch in this situation? You've already lost twice. The only reason you would be in this match is you're in this main event now is because you just managed to fucking survive.
He rolled out.
You bitch made disloyal.
Oh, Toni Schiavone with the save.
The anonymous GM.
This show is chaos. I'm thrilled. This is chaos. Toni Schiavone.
This is not done.
Hangman 100% with a heel move here. 2 number 1 contenders.
So it's not done because now we're gonna have
we'll fight later.
Like you said, when did Russo? All right, so we need to get Russo and them back on here again and just have them be how they were the consultants for AEW because this is some fucking bullshit.
This is when the AEW folks jump on the WWE streams we do and tell me how predictable WWE is. We knew that this was the most predictable outcome for this match. So yes, we're going to Revolution, triple threat. Everybody's protected.
I was hoping for something better. Where was it? Oh, John C. is saying still cutting great promos after wrestling a full match. Absolutely.
Yeah. Listen, man, Swerve's a star, and that's you got to ride him. You got to not have him in like this heelish faction. Just push him as a babyface. He's the company's biggest babyface. He gets more reaction, more interest than anybody else in this company. Go with it. And Hangman hitting Nana with the chair, big boos. Hangman rolling out and not wanting to continue, big boos. Run with Hangman as a heel.
Outside of MJF, is Swerve your number 2 star right now?
Well, currently with MJF situation.
With him on the sidelines, he's your number 1, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, again, I think people will be very thrilled to watch. I mean, the idea that you could set up Swerve versus Ospreay, to me, is unreal. Let's go. Like, that's a marquee match. Swerve versus Ospreay for the world title at Allin. Let's fucking do that.
100%. Well, are we going to have a 3-way or a 4-way or a 5-way now?
Right. And that's the tricky part with the booking is if we knew, I knew the minute Hangman got involved in this scenario, we were going to get to now they got to it in a really good way. That was a hell of a match, guys. Like Meltzer is just starring himself all over the place in his messy apartment right now. Like it's a thing.
Well, can you have a 3-way in wrestling right now without someone having to get shit on to make it happen?
Yeah, there's a way to get there, I think. But I mean, that was a good way to go about it, I suppose. I mean, the match was crazy good.
Yeah, what do you follow this up with? Like, I'm waiting for I'll become, man.
Where do we go from here? We are in a commercial break, folks. I see 160-ish people hanging around with us right now. Let me know. How did you feel about that match? How do you feel about the outcome? And how do you feel about the triple threat heading into Revolution?
Right. And if you haven't done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Let's see if we can get to the 200 game here now.
Let's keep going.
Right.
Be a friend, tell a friend. See how many people we can get in this chat here tonight. And if you haven't hit like yet, why not?
What's wrong with you? 10 out of 10 show per usual. I'm going to just assume you're talking about us.
Right. I like the way it's going. There you go. Great match. Bullshit ending. If it's Ospreay versus Swerve, I will fly to UK from Seattle. See? I'm with you, buddy. I would love to see that match. For the world title, let's do it.
We'll wake up at the ass crack of dawn and have brunch with the boys 75 to make sure we watch that match. Absolutely.
This match was a masterpiece of a match. It was a
when it comes to the AEW standard, yes.
Yeah. There it goes. It's official. Hangman, Joe, Swerve. Now, truthfully, my preference would have been Joe versus Swerve straight up.
Is this so? Probably Hangman takes the pin, takes the fall. So Joe and Swerve both look strong either way.
Yeah. Oh, we got Angry Joe.
Does Samoa Joe never wear a tie because he can't fit it around his neck? I'm starting to feel that.
I get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That top button's a motherfucker.
You're right. Yeah, this man, if he sinks in that top button, that's stronger than the Kata Hajime there, the Coquina clutch.
I had a feeling it was heading to a triple threat match. WWE needs to take point from this. Ugh. Too many triple threats, too many fatal four ways. Ugh, come on.
Too many women in wrestling wearing nothing but denim outfits after Maddie Rinkowski last night on NXT. Renee's out here in full denim Canadian tuxedo. Well, she's Canadian at least, so it fits.
The Canadian tuxedo making a big comeback in 2024.
Right. Joe's getting fired up.
He's such a good promo. We got Samoa Joe on screen right now, folks. But like we said, if you're watching us right now, go take our link and send it to some friends. Get them in here. We're climbing. We're climbing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wednesday has become a very hot night on this channel, dude.
There's a lot of things to talk about. And speaking of things to talk about, is it crazy that WWE let Joe walk twice?
No. I mean, again, I love Joe, but I understand. It was a different regime. I don't know if Triple H would have let him go the second time. But also, I understand that as much as AEW was supposed to be that company, WWE's bringing in younger talent. AEW is becoming the roster with older guys. Even the Young Bucks aren't young anymore. So, yeah, we got Sting, we got Darby, we got Sting, we got Joe. I understand that they're okay with letting guys like Adam Copeland and others move on in their 40s, pushing 50s.
You're telling me we couldn't get Samoa and Joseph versus
I'm not saying you couldn't.
Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40?
But Joe can't go as like if you were going to put him, I love Joe, so you're putting me in a tough spot here. But again, they would rather have Seth take on guys that are in their prime or in their 30s, are still working at a different level. Joe's great, but part of the reason why we're getting a triple threat is because Joe doesn't go the way Joe used to go.
I still say whether it's you have him in ring, you have him just back there as a creative personality, you have him involved in the locker room, you have him on commentary. I think WWE fumbled Samoa and Joseph.
Listen, a lot of people were let go during that Vince, especially that last administration with Vince letting everybody go. Swerve is a perfect example. Swerve to me is a bigger drop than Joe. Joe's
100%. But yeah, I think they're both fumbles. Bumbaruski.
Would they even now? Would they? Could you use Joe 100%? Don't get me wrong. You could use Joe in a lot of capacities, but the WWE is getting younger. They're bringing in guys like Braun Breaker. They're not looking at guys that are 45, 50, 55.
But you could have still had them around and still use that as that bridge, as that staple.
Yeah, but he's in ring right now. So as far as putting him in the ring in WWE, that's not where they were going to go with Joe. They put him on commentary. I'm sure Trips would love to have him backstage to help out. But
Samoa Joe and Drew McIntyre right now cutting promos on how much of a fucking asshole Punk is and everything, and just being troll lords over Monday Night Raw. Tell me that isn't money.
Nah, I mean, I think Joe's great. I really do. But I'd rather have Drew talking to Seth Rollins than Drew talking to the older veterans.
Well, I'm not saying them talking to each other. I'm saying them together talking to.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be together. Like, that's just not how they would book it. That's just fantasy booking. Got Toni for the win. Oh, yeah, we got the next match. Toni Storm.
Right.
Taking on, and we predicted this against Red Velvet. So let us know who you taking.
I'm glad Tony's in color this time instead of black and white.
Tony for the win. Punk made the actual glass Crimea River. All right.
Mike's arguing with himself, I feel.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I love Joe, and if Joe was to return and do something of value, like Joe versus Gunther, I think it would be great. But with exception, and I think someone brought it up, like Punk's young. No, but Punk is the exception. I'm not saying they're all babies.
Joe could be the exception.
Could be.
Joe's an exception.
Yeah, but again, fumbled? Nah. Let him go a little too early? Maybe. Should he be the world champion? I don't know.
Isn't the definition of fumble is you let the ball go too early?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not sweating it, is my point. They're not worried.
I get that. I'm not saying that they're stressed about it, but I'm saying me as a fan, I think they fumbled the bag.
Well, call Vince and let him know.
Well, no, why should I call him? He ain't ever coming back. He's going to just,
He's the one that cut bait, so I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, see, they stopped using it, and he was getting injured. Injury was a factor. So they put him on commentary because he was injured a lot.
And the last visual of Samoa Joseph on WWE television is him as in a poncho.
Yeah, well, so what? I mean, that's he was doing commentary. It was raining. So would they keep him around because of that? No, that's silly.
Well, I'm not saying exactly that, my guy, but
Toni for the win. Fun Bailey fact. This Mania will be, yes, it will. It's a pretty cool fact, actually, for as long as she's been around. Dude is injury prone. I'm with you, Brandon. And like I said, I'm in a weird position because I think Joe's one of the best, if not the best, personalities AEW has. But I think in WWE, they put him in the mid card, and again, you don't know how much you're going to get out of him. He's a great promo, a great guy, but he's not fighting your main event talent. He's not, he's not wearing a world title in WWE.
I get that more from a sense if you were arguing that of what Samoa Joe wants versus what WWE would want. I'd be fine if he's in my mid card and he's 100%, in super upper mid card guy and everything like that. As far as what Samoa Joe wants, I'm sure he wants to be in a company to where he'll be a world champion and everything.
Yeah, fair enough for Joe. But that, again, if he wants, it's like Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland wanted to be booked more, so he went to AEW. And he is getting booked more than he would at WWE. Only wanted to book him 4 or 5 times a year in specialty spots, and he felt like he could offer more. So now he's here every Saturday fighting Lee Moriarty and Griff Garrison. I think they're okay.
So out of the two, who would you still keep on WWE if you could?
Oh, I'd take Joe over Edge for sure.
Okay.
The problem with Punk is he's a liability, injury liability, no real loss. The ratings, ticket sales, and merch sales say otherwise. FM, I know people want to put their personal feelings about what Punk doesn't bring to the table. Yes, he's injury prone. Yes, it's unfortunate he's out, but he still sells more tickets, puts more eyes on your product, and makes people pay attention and give a shit no matter how you feel about him.
I will say this. CM Punk will draw more revenue for WWE throughout the entire length of his time being injured than the Young Bucks will through the same length of time, and they're not injured, and they're EVPs of the company.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, at the end of the day, and we've talked this over and over and over, is just for people who say that Punk leaving AEW didn't hurt AEW, they're not paying attention. They don't get it. And again, everything's indicated otherwise. When you look at the analytics, when you take your heart and put it in like a drawer and shut the drawer, and then just look at the numbers, it's factually inaccurate. The biggest downfall of AEW was Cody Rhodes and CM Punk leaving.
Absolutely. And they were going to be the main eventers of WrestleMania 40. Yeah, we talk about Damien's leader of the Opium Tribe. People that view it that way, they're the leaders of the Copium Tribe.
But Red Velvet throwing shots as we come back out of commercial.
The best striker in the business, Red Velvet, to quote Jim Ross.
Should this match not be in black and white?
Well, I mean,
Deonna Purrazzo will beat Toni Storm. Interesting. I'm torn. What do you think?
I think you got to give it to Deonna Pizza, Deonna Purrazzo, Deonna Pizza Parlor. 100%. Poncho Joe. My
go.
name is Poncho Joe.
Yeah, last image of Joe in WWE was as NXT champ, I think. That's actually, now that I think about it.
That's probably more accurate, but I just still go back to Poncho Joe.
Yeah, I mean, people bring up the Poncho Joe thing. I'm like, he was doing commentary in the ring. I don't know what to tell
It
him.
was raining. What do you want him to do? Umbrella? Umbrella Joe?
Yeah, wet, slippery Joe instead. Pause.
Wet and wild, girls gone wild, Samoan Joseph.
But yeah, this match rolling along, bonkers. It's an elimination match.
Oh, as Red Velvet just ate all of that middle turnbuckle and then just ate all of Toni Storm's cake there. Pause. Trey maybe, but he said he had to give up his belt. Where are you now about semantics? Yeah. Toni firing up right now. So I think we all at least have Toni Storm here winning this match.
Yeah, and Toni Storm's outstanding.
I've come around. I initially hated it because it was so much camp. It was so over the top. Mm-hmm. I'm coming around on it. Now I two count from now I'm more dislike Aubrey and the people at ringside in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like Maria May should not be in the top 5 rankings for the women's division.
Why hasn't she fought Deonna Purrazzo yet? Like, why has that not happened? Like,
why has she only had one good match?
Facts. As she throws on an ankle lock.
Deonna out here on commentary.
She tapped. By the way,
we cut to black and white. Again, I question everyone because we partake in the vitamins. Are we supposed to be seeing the black and white? Does Toni only see in black and white? Is she like a dog? Can she not see red or green? Like, who is this for?
Oh, okay.
She sniffed her. What the fuck?
Luther's breaking them up.
Daddy Warbucks out here. Well, this is Tony Khan's way of saying, well, Jericho made me fucking hire you, so I got to give you something to do.
Right.
Purrazzo out here looking like a goddamn star, though.
There we go. And for me, I mean, I know we're all this talk about TD Bank and da-da-da-da. Is Revolution not right after this match, the moment that you bring Mercedes Moné out to stake her claim right away? On a pay-per-view? But
probably.
I don't know. Bulldog.
1-0-1. How did you have a 1? Oh, because of the draw.
We had a draw.
Yeah, so now for everybody, if you don't have a 0-1 on your record, you're full of shit.
Right, and we're talking to OC in the back about his match with Ishii, the long-awaited dream match between Orange Cassidy and Ishii this Saturday.
Should they be called dream matches or fever dream matches? Because I feel like they're more fever dream matches.
Oh.
Bama Beard saying the Mania sign burning in the background behind Poncho Joe was default a Mania moment.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about now. Took me a minute. Vance, what up? KJ Nick, Scott D'Amore is all WWE. We want Scott. Where's those hashtags?
Again, it'll be interesting. Again, if you're Trips and you're happy with your team, Scott might not have a place. If you're Tony, you know how Tony is about his booking. He might not fit in there either. We don't know. I mean, there could be enough of a kerfuffle that he ends up back in TNA, but who knows?
Right. FM Stan, as we're in another commercial break, saying, I just think WWE as a whole is more established, having the decades head start of AEW. What is no shit Sherlock? If you prefer one or the other, that's your opinion. We don't have, well, I shouldn't say we don't have an out and outright preference, but we want both companies to do the best that they can. So it becomes this back and forth competition. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I'm not even sure where this comment came from, but let's be realistic. I mean, again, I wasn't the one that woke up. You weren't the one that woke up one day and said we are competing with the WWE. Who else did that? No, I mean, I was a bigger AEW fan for the first 2.5 years of AEW than I had given up completely on WWE. But here we are. I mean, it's been a roller coaster ride. My biggest concern with AEW is just watching the decline of it right now, and can it find another gear?
Right. Sorry, this popped me of Daniel saying, I wonder if Nick gets this existential when the Wizard of Oz changes from black and white to color. Why did it do that? Did it only happen in Dorothy? Does Toto see the Munchkins? Did he eat any of them? Absolutely, I do. 100%. The Wizard of Oz is nothing but a fucking fever dream. It's an acid trip, if anything.
Right. I believe Tony Khan is capitalizing on the mess in WWE. If he focuses on his product, he'll get more eyes on AEW. Interesting.
Yeah, because we want Swerve. We want Hangman. Was training for 3 fucking days.
I hate to break the news to you, John. And again, we have said for a long, long time here, you and I, stay in your lane, Tony. Don't worry about the WWE. Put blinders on. Just do you. And it was working so well for so long. The more he looks over at WWE and tries to be like them or tries to, stir up that doesn't exist, that's when he looks bad. But if you just, stay in your lane, you'll be fine. But I will break your heart a little that The Rock's video had more dislikes than, Collision and Rampage had viewers.
Facts. They're undeniable facts. Swerve is trending for champ. Absolutely. I like this. Hey, FM, where's AM? Tony is being like Vince. He never really listens to the fans, says Black Adam. Bullshit. He's the reverse of CM Punk. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to make friends.
No, and I get what Almighty is saying, though, in the fact of, like, again, with Hangman or the Bucks, like, with Jericho, it doesn't matter if people aren't tuning in or tuning out. Like, he does what he wants to do. We want him to make the show better, and there's a lack of that at times. Yeah, if the Twitterverse gets mad about Evil Uno, he'll yank him. But as far as putting his foot down on things, doesn't really happen. But here comes the BCC.
Right.
The Mox.
And Jen Moxley. Fucking Samantha Irvine called. She wants her fucking introductions back here.
Right. I feel. Man, I kind of want them to. Couldn't they come out to like Danielson's theme?
Anything other than Wild Thing. You make. I feel like the owner there, the female owner from fucking Major League. Goddamn, do I hate that song?
Yeah, exactly. All the time. I hate this
fucking song.
KJ and Nick, who do you think Mercedes will feud with first? Maybe Willow or Chris Statlander? Or come on. Again, all the power to you. If she is not fighting your champion right away, you're not doing her justice. She has to be. No, she's got to be at the fucking top. And this whole slow play it bullshit, you are signing a big star. You put her in a big star position. Willow, Chris, come the fuck on.
I agree with you. I think you do at some point have to run back her versus Willow. Eventually, I think it's more of a disservice of we're having these. You're having Statlander and Sheeta mentioning this, and we're not viewing them in going at one of your top women's wrestlers or anything like that. Like you already have, but Statlander, you're not surprised that she's not being prominently featured or anything like that. She dropped the TBS title to sit there, and now she's getting pined over by Stokely.
Yeah, she instead of going up the chart, she went down the chart. Now she's in a Ring of Honor feud with Willow Stokely. It doesn't make any sense. No, if you're going to bring in a superstar like Sasha Banks, like Mercedes Moné, she has to go after Deonna. She has to go after Toni Storm. She has to be in that breath. I'm sorry. And if you don't do it right away, you'll do what you did with every other person that you signed. You'll bring them in and you'll bore us to the point where when they finally do get a push, it is somewhat anticlimactic.
Right. Well, speaking of anticlimactic,
there's luchas everywhere, bro.
Yeah, we've got Sin Cara. He might be on the sidelines because he might have, had a hangnail. So he's at ringside. I don't know who else is at ringside with him. We have Hechicero.
No, MDB is my man. MDB knows what I was going to say.
Hoochie Horchata. We have Horchata. Mystic. Just get all the luchadors. You're supposed to be the lucha guy here.
There you go. Kicks. Welcome. 156 people here. Hit that like button. Much love, fellas. Yeah, if you're watching us right now and you haven't hit that like button, what you doing? Hit that like button.
You don't like us? Are you not entertained?
Hit that subscribe. Be a part of the family. We do this all week long, every week, folks. We will be back tomorrow. Not only do we have the kickoff for WrestleMania press conference, we also have TNA. Lots to talk about clearly with TNA. And Friday, we got the doubleheader. Saturday, we got Collision and GCW. And then Sunday, we will be here for the Super Bowl.
Yes, the Super Bowl. Are you a Swiftie or are you a 49er?
Are you asking me? You know my answer.
I was just saying it out loud. I know you're all about that Purdy. Which I think so. San Francisco always now lately for this season has come out like a giant boombox and everything coming out of the locker room, like the we ready. They have the perfect opportunity to come out to players gonna hey shake it up.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, this match has kicked off. Are you taking the BCC or the Luchadors?
BCC or CMLL, because KJ struggles with CMLL for some reason.
CMLL. I don't know why. It's just annoying.
But it shows the testament even to what's going on in pro wrestling, to where you have like George Kittle, etc., getting asked at the Super Bowl about the Rock Cody thing going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I saw Ice Cube's kid chiming in on it.
If you have not followed him on Twitter, this is not a selfless plug or whatever, but it's so interesting to see this man that's actually like really into like pro wrestling.
Yeah, Gabriel Iglesias has had an opinion, like a good list of people very invested in this. Wrestlers out there. You got Matt Cardona trolling as always. Again, it transcends wrestling. It's been crazy, and tomorrow should be insane. And you see Paul Heyman? They land in Vegas, and they're coming off the private jet, and Heyman puts it out with the only name that matters. Right? Like, it doesn't matter who the other people are. It's Roman. That's all that matters.
Facts. That's been the one thing that hasn't changed.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mega. We appreciate the love. And I tend to agree with you. I really do.
It's a little bit.
Claudio being slapped a lot and then gets kicked in the shin, you dirty bastard.
Flips over him. You had Knotman and Robin last night with Frazier and Axiom. So do we have the Justice League, the Lucha League going on tonight here?
Yeah, right. Why is Bryan like Danielson's not even at ringside? Like,
he's not even on the apron. He's not on in the corner, nothing. He's just standing there on the floor. BCC for the win. The blood for the win.
The blood.
KC tribal chiefs are winning. Acknowledge them.
No, won't do it.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
CM double L. There we go.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
The Jacob's got a funny one here. KJ gonna sing "My Way" by Usher for the Super Bowl. You remind me of a girl that I
want to. I'm still waiting for So I'm almost waiting for the halftime where you got Little John and Ludacris that show up when he starts doing
Probably. Tope. Oh, and the BCC jumped the Lucha. And John Moxley just fixes his knee pads because selling is overrated.
Yeah, I just went right into the barricade that we just watched two men for half an hour beat the tar out of each other, going through all of that, and it came down to the point where there had to be a time limit draw, and we're asking for 5 minutes. But Moxley, no, it didn't hurt me at all.
It's just funny.
Just a flesh wound.
He doesn't even oh, wow. Swing and a miss on the big kick. Wow, Moxley dumping him.
Well, if you haven't had an ad pitch for
sorry, Nick. I know you're trying to get words in.
I was gonna say I'll try it a third time.
There's shit happening, bro.
I know, but if you haven't had a sales pitch for our Super Bowl show here, then Daniel's got you covered. When Nick and KJ are gonna reenact the Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake wardrobe malfunction from Super Bowl halftime. Question is, which one of them is getting their nipple exposed? Why are you pointing at me?
Because you're more likely to do it. Let's be real. Let's be real. You might show up with a shirt missing the
I'll go full Jason Kelsey. I don't care.
Bert Kreischer on
no, I'm not Bert Kreischer.
Is it 10 yet? No. Is that what we're waiting for? The announcement? Mox.
No, that would be the end of the show, sir.
Oh my God, yeah. Good point. Why? You're not liking this one?
Are you not entertained?
Boston's been hating wrestling lately. I gotta say, Boston. You've been kind of sour on the wrestling lately.
Well, he's just waiting for the announcement, and then he'll be just, like them Sam Adams commercials. My pal Boston from Boston.
He's just waiting for a new title to be introduced. That's what it is. The women's tag belts, what Soraya was talking about.
So he can get. Hey, well, no, I spoke to a man about a horse here with him about if we wanted to have custom belts or anything like that. So
yeah,
we could have tag stream championships.
That'd be intense.
So would the bank account for it.
Yeah, shit, right? Maybe. Not a fan of the three-way. Could have played use that draw and built another week or two of suspense and storyline. Yeah, and we're in picture, by the way, folks. The match is going along. We just had an exchange of topes. And then now BCC is all over the Luchas. Is it weird that the Luchas are the babyface in this particular situation? Like they're literally being worked out as the baby faces. Like BCC is working heel.
Yeah.
On the Invaders.
Honestly, though, you'd need a fucking whiteboard and thumbtacks and string and everything like that right now. I feel to figure out for anybody who's babyface or heel in this fucking company.
Fair enough. I
gave live in a world of gray.
Oh, that's funny. I'm with you, Boston. Defending himself. Vince is all elite. I don't think that. Yeah.
If Tony ever were to do that, it's a nail in your own coffin.
Yeah, come on, let's be real.
Damn it, saying these three guys left for this.
Yeah, it's so weird that you get like the other companies invading your company, and then you work them as the heels. Like they're waiting for the Lucha hot tag.
Well, again, we had this announced by Scott D'Amore, who's no longer there at Hard to Kill, to where TNA was working with CMLL. Now AEW is working with AAA. Or no, vice versa.
Wait,
sorry.
What?
I had it backwards.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
I mixed up my Latinas. Dynamite has dropped way down. Well, again, you asked, how do you follow this up? So how do we feel about this follow-up so far between Tony Storm and Red Velvet and now this match following up Hangman and Swerve.
I said it right out of the gate. You started the show with your best match. And that to me is never a recipe for good stuff. Like, yeah, the match was great, but now where do you go from here?
Right.
You should have opened the night with the tag title match and closed the night. You end the night on the whole big announcement of like the emotion that was in that arena at the end of that match with the Toni announcing the triple threat. You go off the air with that big announcement and you leave it as a cliffhanger.
Or do you even start with that? Because I feel like Toni almost books scared of.
Yep.
I always have my biggest attraction first off to keep that carryover because I don't trust that my show will draw people in as it goes. So I start off hot out of the gate and then just hope that I can ride that wave out.
Dorada is just on fire, folks.
Reminded you of 205 Live. Man's already lost his mask. He's sitting there holding his mask as he's about to hit a tope here.
Who lost their mask?
Holly in the Blue.
Oh, he doesn't have a mask.
He had one.
No. He's the maskless one.
You show me a maskless luchador.
He's the maskless guy. That's his hair, not a mask.
No, his hair is now popping all out and looking all Carlito because
he never had a mask. The vitamins have hit you good. He never had a mask.
I swear.
He doesn't even have a mask in the poster.
Let us know who's right and who's wrong in this situation. Did he have a mask to start this
match? He's the maskless lucha.
That's a fucking oxymoron.
I'm just telling you. And we got a "This is awesome" chant as the Luchas wipe out the BCC. So again, the crowd, the AEW crowd is cheering for the Invaders.
It's a little bit like when ECW and WCW showed up. Fuck you. They were cheering for them over WWE.
Big and backbreaker. Dorada going to the top.
Derek, what up? Happy Wednesday. What up, my guy?
Let's go. Let's go.
Jacob Henry, EQ. He came out in a blue mask. I fucking told you.
He's the maskless one.
No mask, but now we're getting conflicting stories here. Which one?
Go look up the advertisement for the match. He doesn't even have it in the ad.
How do you have a maskless lucha?
He's not all luchadors wear masks, bro.
That's literally the definition.
No, it's not. Lucha doesn't mean mask. Lucha means I can fly. Watch. Woo!
I think he had a mask in his entrance. So did he take it off at the start of the match?
Even at ringside, he does not wear a mask. He's the maskless lucha.
Mixed stature vitamins or shea vitamins. I got them from Richard.
Fucking hilarious. Big 4
I need to pause here soon because I might, if I start, can look at the wallpaper and everything. The snozberries taste like snozberries. It might be an issue.
Big chop.
Horchata slapping the shit out of Claudio here.
I got an idea.
No, oh, boy. Nick, ever heard of a mask on mask match? Yes, because they lose it at the end of the match.
Not every wrestler in AAA and CML. Look, I got something for you.
I don't care. The mask is lucha. Super Crazy was always mad. No, he wasn't.
No.
He had a mask. When he was in ECW by then, he had taken it off. Same thing with Ray. Same thing with Psychosis. No,
not everybody in AAA wears a mask. Not everyone in CML.
But they're not luchadors.
No, they are.
No, just because they wrestle in CML does not make them a luchador.
Oh, my guy. Dun, dun, dun,
I'll argue this all day.
It's okay. There you go. There you go, everybody. If anyone's wondering, There is a maskless lucha. There's a maskless lucha.
The hell are you? To hell with all this.
He's a
I'm
fake.
taking a pause.
He's a fake.
I'll be back.
He's a phony. He's a phony.
You're a big fat phony. You're a big fat phony.
Mexicools didn't have a match. All right, Nick's taking a pause for the cause, but we are rolling along. Who's the legal guy? I have no idea. But this match is still cooking, folks. And Claudio kicks out at 2. Duran. No mask. There you go. To be honest, he should have kept the mask. Right? No shit. Now everyone's debating on what guy should have a mask. Eddie Guerrero did not have a mask. Grizzly Adams did have a beard. The ref is flinching in the corner? What just happened there? And then we botched. Wow, we botched the ending. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the BCC won in a very fucked up finish. Excuse my language, but whew. It was a fun match. It's a little confusing, but here comes more luchas. And they all have masks. If Nick is wondering, 3 more luchas in masks. So now the BCC is surrounded. Who comes out to help? Oh, the Job Squad. Christopher Daniels. Coke and Diet Coke are in the ring. That's 2.0 if anybody is wondering, if you're new here. But yeah, we got a big... Is this going to lead to like the ultimate grudge match? The Luchas versus the AEW in Blood and Guts. Okay, this for me. The match was what it was, guys. Garbage ending. I don't know what the fuck happened at the end, but it was definitely botched. That was awful. Still to come, Takeshita versus Jericho. So again, the night started off hot as hell. Big match between Swerve and Adam Page. You followed it up with a couple not, I would say the energy levels come down a little bit. Oh, Chuck T been jumped. Oh, the Undisputed Kingdom is beating up Chuck T. How did this happen? Why are the jobber guys coming out? Aren't CMLL guys allowed to be there? No. Remember, they jumped the railing. They were invited, but they weren't allowed to participate. It's a little confusing. So, yeah, the rivalry continues. Undisputed Kingdom is here, baby. Yeah, they're in the back, guys, and they're definitely, very interesting angle here. Very interesting angle. Struggling. TNA already did this with a AAA almost 20 years ago. TNA allied some of the guys in AAA, sent a bunch of guys over. Absolutely. This is Khan pretty much rehashing that. Very much so. What is old is now new again. You're not wrong. To your credit, KJ, the guy did come out with a mask and took it off. Latin Lover, Chessman, Cybernetico are perfect examples of no mask luchadors. Yes, I know he had the blue mask, but at ringside in the poster, I just like playing with Nick. So really funny debate. Nick's trying to be like, am I going crazy? Is everything black and white? Was that guy wearing a mask? What was the actual announcement? No announcement yet, Unbroken. They haven't even told us. They haven't even really referenced on the show, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but has there been any reference to the fact that there was going to be an announcement? Like lately? No. Are vitamins legal in Canada? Very legal in Canada, 100% legal in Canada. Yeah, so much so that's some people's, present company included, it's line of work at times. But yeah, very legal here and very accessible and awesome and powerful. I've lost my mind. I can't find it. But I nailed my foot to the floorboard of a Ford. KJ, where's Julia Hart? Julia Hart, I believe, was nursing an injury, to be 100% honest. They should be trespassed. No, they did trespass. Have I missed the big announcement? No big announcement as of yet, folks. Gives Julia. Yeah, we haven't seen Julia at all in a hot minute, and that seems to be on the back burner a little bit. We are still waiting on Tony Khan's big announcement. I thought it might be at the top of the hour, but we've gone past, or we're getting there now. Gone past it, actually. So, yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe it's such a big announcement, we're saving it for the end. We still have Jericho and Takeshita to come, and I will take a moment to remind everybody. I see that we were about 70 likes on stream. We got over 100. We got about 170 people here right now. Hit like, hit subscribe. We do this for all the shows. We are back tomorrow. We will be live at 7 p.m. for the WrestleMania kickoff press conference. We'll also be here live for our weekly coverage of TNA. Trinity Fatu's last match in TNA. I'm sure our buddy Ringsider Anthony and his hat are going to have a lot to say about Scott D'Amore. Oh, we got Tony. He is very excited about the announcement he's about to give. Okay. AEW Big Business. All right, we got Tony Khan. He's giving us the big announcement. The biggest night in the pro wrestling industry ever. That is called, Tony Khan, I hate you so much. Am I wrong to say that I'm fucking tired of big announcements? Is that not a press release? Is that like, when they announced the WWE was going to Germany, did Triple H come on and hold them? Hi, everybody. I can't wait. 5 weeks from tonight, we are going to Germany. Like, no, like, so big business. Yeah, we can always. And then we follow the big announcement with Chris Jericho. Oh, Tony Khan. Oh, Tony Khan. How are thee? So the big announcement has been made. 5 weeks from now, a special Dynamite show, and it's AEW Big Business. The assumptions, because it's going to be in Boston, will it be, the debut of Mercedes Moné? What, he said it's going to be a show that will be, an industry-changing show. I don't know how he put it. How do you feel about that announcement? Anybody? Oh, here it comes. I'll get an opinion.
Well, no, I said it at the start of the show. I said it and you chuckled. I said, according to a source that I had, the show was going to be called AEW Big Business. That was the announcement. Mm-hmm. And everybody chuckled, ha, ha, ha. And it's very much on the nose, much like Last Dance and everything, of we're setting this up very clearly for this to be a Mercedes Moné homecoming.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's a press release. Like, TD Garden did us a favor.
Every announcement from TK is a press release.
Like, that's insane. But, yeah. So, it's a Wednesday night Dynamite. It's going to be epic. TK says, don't miss it. It's going to be a huge, huge, huge show. I added some huges. I love when a guy comes on and says he's excited about the announcement he's about to tell us. I'm very excited about my big announcement.
Thanks, guys. Well, just now, you know how everything's thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And such a juxtaposition. Huge announcement to huge disappointment with Chris Jericho coming out.
Oh, man. So, yeah. The biggest heel in pro wrestling.
I don't know about heel per se. I think he's just the biggest mark in pro wrestling.
It really is. I mean, just make a press announcement, like just a press release. Do a video, like do what Adam Pearce does, right? Like, yeah, shit. I'm so like, again, it's always a little bit lackluster. AEW stepping up. We'll see.
Well, MDB saying they had Boston secretly in the background of the graphic there, allegedly.
There you go.
It's going to be huge.
Huge.
That announcement was ass.
Hyperbole sells. Unless you're not believing, he's like the boy that cried wolf. Who's Mercedes Moné?
Formerly known as Sasha Banks, and unfortunately, she's now more insufficient funds than Mercedes Moné.
And by the way, we will take a prediction on this match. Jericho or Takeshita, and it better be fucking Takeshita.
It has to be. It has to be, I feel. But, Callis slapping, we're selling dissension here.
Why?
Because fucking who knows? That's literally any answer for anything in AEW. Why? Because fucking who knows?
Right. Jericho for the W. AEW in Boston, a huge market. Now, let's see how many people, and I said this at the beginning of the show, Nick. We knew they were going to Boston. They knew they were going to TD Garden. Will they fill it? Will they sell tickets to it? Will it be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000? What are they going to be able to put in this building?
Well, and it'll be interesting, too, because much like when Money in the Bank's coming to Toronto and they're doing a whole bunch of series with WWE throughout Toronto and everything like that. That was their big announcement. So you'll be able to see how much it's really advertised in your area. I live in the New England area, so it's going to be really interesting to see how much that's advertised locally to draw attention, or if this is just for your diehard fan base.
Yeah. Now, question to you, and I guess everybody else out there.
Mm-hmm.
The assumption is it's going to be Mercedes Moné. It's going to be Sasha Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Big Business A is a terrible fucking name. Sorry. But
this is the same man that had Quake of the Lake. Just saying that. Just saying he's not good with names.
Yeah. Facts. Now, the way, he said this is going to be like an industry-changing event, da-da-da-da-da-da. Is it more than just Mercedes Moné?
No.
None.
Not even debatable. No, because he's got to stroke that ego, Tony. Just make sure that, gets all the way to the tippy top there. I think this is 100%. If you're going to be in the biggest market or anything like that, you go to WWE. If you're going for the biggest ego stroke and the biggest bank account, you go to AEW.
Yeah, again, and this is part of it, right? Like, we'll treat you like a star. I'm really intrigued by this. 5 weeks away. Like, again, I still say, like, I would have debuted her at Revolution, man.
Well, and Ricky's saying he's trying to compete with WrestleMania. Poor guy. It's going to be in that WrestleMania buildup. You're just going to get ran the fuck over. You already have for how many days now? Sorry, go ahead.
Sammy Guevara just showed up with a chair.
Fresh off of a
cheering
yacht.
People are cheering Hobbs. Like, get him! But
I would. Screw Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara is the Odell Beckham of AEW. He's talented, but no one fucking likes him. He's a penultimate douchebag.
He is. And this whole feud is fucked.
They keep going to that one spot on the barricade here.
They put extra padding there.
Well, they've got dude in like the skin hoodie. Like that's not creepy enough or anything.
Takeshita up and over, and then right back on the apron to get kicked in the face.
I like how everyone's just still Chat folks, don't forget to like this video 100%.
Yeah.
Be a friend, tell a friend. As we've seen 180, I think I saw 190-ish there for
190, and yeah, I want to see 100 likes. Let's go.
Right.
Takeshita for the win. A lot of people taking Jericho. I had to see Dale's comment. Dale had a funny one. Saw a sign saying Jericho go back to Toronto, Canada. Well,
Coronado.
fuck off. No, Jericho is not from Toronto. He's not from Ontario. We don't want him here.
You offended KJ twice. Not only did you not spell his city right, you also assumed Jericho was from there.
We sent Jericho to Florida. You all keep him. He's perfect for Florida.
Yeah, somehow we got fucking bamboozled, and you guys got Brock Lesnar. Well, we'll see how that pans out.
I didn't even mention that part.
And we got Chris Jericho. That it's starting to look more and more like it's an even trade than anything.
It's starting to balance out a little.
Yeah,
no, Jericho's the perfect Florida guy. Like just fucking walking around with no shirt on, picking lint out of his belly button, yelling,
dressing like Ronald McDonald, trying to tribute David Bowie.
Oh my God. It's funny because a long time ago, you and I had put up a video of us talking about him being the David Bowie and we were like, no. And there he is.
No.
He proved it.
McDonald's in my mind. I become nuggets.
Oh my God, that's funny as shit.
Nuggets in my mind.
She still won't move the needle. Now, I'm curious, with so many people hanging out with us, do you guys think she is going to move the needle? Is she going to help this? Everyone said, oh my God, we signed Adam Copeland. Edge is coming. A brand new AEW. You'll see. And nothing.
800,000 tell us otherwise there. Yeah, there was no giant uptick there when Adam Copeland showed up there.
Yeah, well, is Sasha Banks a big enough star to save the world?
And it's so interesting. Think about it. Your best friend, Bayley, is about to be arguably in a main event of WrestleMania. Naomi, your other best friend, just went back from TNA to WWE. And you're like, nah, you can have that. Not even what I'm mad at. And just go over to AEW. What?
Right. Well,
it stays true to the narrative of has to be the big fish in a small pond.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that was part of it. And I think the money was a big part of it. WWE was not willing to pay her what Tony Khan was willing to pay her. So that's a big factor here. Maggie, welcome. I'll be at Revolution. Bring her there. Yeah, see, bring her to Revolution.
There you go. I think it's more of just Tony Khan can spend more than Triple H could ever spend because Triple H has bosses he has to answer to. Mm-hmm. Tony Khan is the boss. So whatever he has in his bank account is what he can afford. Triple H has an actual budget and a salary cap almost.
And a structure within the other wrestlers that, oh, wow, bit of a botch on the tope here.
Right.
The blockbuster announcement by Tony. Interesting comment. The AEW invading the Northeast. Not really invading the Northeast. They've been to the Northeast before. WWE used to have a monopoly on all those markets. Again, booking TD Garden's great. Will you be able to fill it? Will you be able to get half capacity?
100%. And I think small market, I get your point on this comment. I would hold it until AEW books anything around MSG. That's really once you taken, the capital of WWE. Once you can book an MSG or you book around MSG, that's when it's really more of a statement than you booked a show in Boston because she's from Boston. Congratulations. That's not invading the Northeast.
Right? Yeah, I mean, booking a show there, and again, even if they book a show in New York or whatever, it is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, again, you got to get in there and be successful there. Then I'll be impressed. So, again, booking the TD Garden, that's awesome. Great job, Tony. Ambitious. Again, if you book TD Garden just because you signed Sasha, again, something the other company wasn't willing to do. So good on you, my guy.
One, to book a venue because you sign a wrestler, like, yeah, shit. That's
She's
like
what she wants.
Yeah, it's like getting with a girl and then you get a fucking reservation at the most expensive restaurant in town here just because that's where she likes to eat. It's like, well,
that happens all the time, my guy.
Yeah, but that's way outside your budget and everything. Like, that's some shit that you aren't planning to do.
If you have a big giant wallet,
it's not a regular occurrence. So don't act like this is a regular occurrence.
Right, that's it. Right, if you have the big old wallet, that's what happens. Mick Jericho is my favorite shit ever. That is awesome. Oh, by the way, this match's still going on. Takeshita and Jericho battling back and forth.
Now I'm just thinking of Scott there of just it gets more and more fitting of Scott's picture there with him wearing our t-shirt next to Jericho and just like, if you only knew, sir.
I died. And for Maggie and anyone else going to a wrestling show, remember, if you bring a sign with our logo on it, we will send you a t-shirt.
Or even better, buy a t-shirt and just wear it to the show.
There you go. Then I don't have to send you one.
then we don't have to send you one because you bought one. And you help us.
Right. Jericho was blown up as usual.
Like the Hindenburg.
After the entrance.
Right. You should have asked Scott this. Like, how is Chris Jericho in concert? Like, does he actually sing or is it just lip syncing? Like, does he start doing the Ashley Simpson jig and everything with the song fucks up and everything? Because this man's winded after fucking walking down a ramp. I could only imagine him trying to sing a song.
He fucking kicked out. Wow. Sorry. Listening to him watch sing the weekend was rough. Blinded. I wish I was deafened by the light.
Nasu blocks the Judas effect. Big knee from Takeshita. They're really about to give Sting about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Again, we talked about what should be the main event. I think it's just more of, we'll get this great match out of the way and then let the train wreck proceed.
Mm-hmm. And Takeshita is looking great. Like, Takeshita is outstanding. Oh, my God.
Takeshita in NXT right now versus Ilya Dragunov. Shut up and take my fucking money.
Takeshita's great, and I think that's where you and I talk about a lot of, like, if this was Takeshita against another up-and-coming star, that Jericho's dead, folks.
That's it. He's dead. What the Stop. He's already dead. Just don't. No, you stay down.
Oh,
you
my
will go
God.
to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
That's not a flat back bump at all.
Well, scurvy's a son of a bitch.
Right.
Oh, we're about to get in. Now, debatable. Callis has got a chair here as he slides it in. Who is he sliding it to? Oh, the ref to cause a distraction.
The ref goes for a hike.
He just screwdrivered Jericho in the face. Oh, that's how you're going to beat me. You're going to beat me with my own move.
Takeshita doesn't need to cheat to win this match, man.
No, shouldn't have to do it with Jericho's move.
Oh, he didn't stop! Get the fuck out of here! I hate this guy so much. He is so indulgent, it's disgusting. Then he tapped. Okay, he tapped. Thank fuck.
It's just Jesus. Tap dancing Christ. What the fuck was that?
Oh my God. Big.
How did you manage to just take a halfway decent match and just shit all over it, Vince McMahon?
It went too long. And again, it's this hyper indulgence of Jericho that makes me so mad at him. Is you can't just have a match and let the guy go over You got to look like the hero in the process. We even talked about it with fucking Andrade, Andrade or whatever the fuck, who's MIA now. Like, he had to set him on fire after he beat him. Like, it's just hilarious.
And well, it's such a Moxley move of like, no, you have to beat me as I like pass out to my own spot. He's not even, Jericho's not even bloody, doesn't have any color, anything from that. Man, respectfully, not like anyone should try this at home. But if you jab someone in the face with a screwdriver, I think they'd at least get a little bit of a bruise, a contusion, a scratch, anything.
A nick?
What?
A nick? When did Jericho become Super Cena? Yeah, right.
Seriously, fuck.
He's just so indulgent. It's ridiculous. And this rivalry, like, listen, if Jericho would have gone heel months ago, it would have made way more sense, and the fans would have got behind booing Jericho. He tried to be a heel, but kept Judas. Nobody gave a shit about the Jerk-Off Society. And this versus Callis, he saw all the boos Callis was getting, and he thought, if I go after Callis, people will cheer me. It's not working. Not working.
No. And Takeshita hit his finisher better than he hits his own finisher.
Don't try this at home. What's up, Kev? How you doing? We are in a commercial break. I'm assuming the main event is next because, man, we're running out of minutes.
Right, I would assume, but, well,
damn.
Too icy saying, damn.
Damn.
No Jay White?
No Jay White, no Scissor Gang, no Acclaimed. No.
Excalibur said loud and clear, I have never seen Chris Jericho tap out to his own finisher. There's a fucking reason for that.
Just quit. Listen, there was I'm not beating. We beat this man to death. I used to be a giant fan of Jericho. The last couple of years watching Jericho has been killing me.
Seriously, it's one of those of just you love the man so much, and then now it's just stop, just fucking retire. It's like watching Brett Favre with like his 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th team. Fucking stop. Enough.
It's the equivalent of fucking Ready to Rumble. It's like you knock on the trailer door and
I will rule you.
That's what it's become, right? Like, you are not the king we knew.
Right.
And again, like, as a fan of the show, I want to see more for Takeshita. Takeshita should be fighting your good talent and going after belts. And with Callis as a manager, it works. But he's been fucked up with Jericho for what, 5, 6, 7 months? It's been forever.
As even we got Ovion saying, yeah, stop. After this, after his a bit of the bubbly stuff, I was so out on Jericho. I liked the bit of the bubbly. Yes. I think he's just, like you said, he's been too indulgent in the bubbly. That's why he's gotten bubbly in the midsection there.
Well, and again, he was the perfect choice for the first champion. He was good and he was hungry and it worked. And then he realized this man's going to give me all this money and no matter what I do. So I can mail this shit in. And then he just went downhill from there and he's never got back.
Right. Trey saying Ready to Rumble is an underrated movie. No, it's still somehow an overrated movie. That movie is awful.
Dang! I saw someone say, yeah, and Darby. Oh, by the way, and Darby.
Yeah, who's just crawling around on the ground.
I saw someone say Darby's going to turn.
If Darby fucking turns, I swear to Jesus H. Christ. Why? And what if you're gonna do that? Why did you not just do that and then have Sting versus Darby?
Exactly. Remember when we were fantasy booking this shit and we were like, well, why didn't Darby just kick Sting in the face and say, like, I'm tired of being in your shadow, and let Darby be the one that retires Sting, and then Darby kind of goes on a heelish run where he's the crazy maniacal kid that fucks with everybody.
You don't even have to make him a heel to do it. You could just have it be a legitimate straight up passing of the torch of Sting cuts this emotional promo of you've reinvigorated my career. You've made a 60 some odd year old man think he can sit there and take table spots and this, that, and the third. So there's no one else that I'd rather go out with than the man that has been my ride or die, my side by side here going forward. And you could still have a babyface Darby versus Sting match, and it's a passing of the torch versus whatever the fuck we're about to get here.
Well, here we go, as Ricky and Big Bill. Now, I was reminded there's supposed to be an overrun, so we'll see how long that goes. So we got about, 15 minutes on the 14 minutes on the clock?
So we got about 20 minutes on the clock.
We'll see. Y'all ready for Darby to jump off the high things?
Right.
I hate how Jericho talks about how he always reinvents himself, but he hasn't done 1 inch of reinventing in AEW. I would argue he hasn't reinvented himself much in a long time. It's different variation, but just because you give yourself a new nickname doesn't mean you're not the same fucking douchebag.
Well, that's to Connor's point then, which, by the way, see all the new names and everything. Shout out, appreciate you. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. But yeah, since he's been in AEW, he has been very much
Sorry.
Well, the Texas Tornado, by the way, too. But
yeah.
Ever since he's been in AEW, he's just stayed at where he's at. And I think as much as AEW views him as a name because of his story and his lineage from WWE and WCW, the longer he goes with AEW, the more he just becomes an AEW guy. Like,
yeah, he's no longer
that vibe of not thinking about him as a WWE, WCW guy. You think of him as an AEW guy.
Yeah, and he's no longer that draw that he used to be. People aren't like, oh shit, Jericho's going to be in a thing. We got to go check it out. He's not the same guy anymore.
Yeah, no, he's not the hot free agent anymore. Now he's just old Yeller that needs to get put down.
Right. All right, folks, who are you taking? As we are already in the crowd, because Sting apparently can't have a normal match at his age.
If respectfully, I know Sting's a legend, but if you're at that point, you probably should have hung it up a year or two beforehand.
But that's all his matches are. If you think, when's the last time? Every single one of his matches are like around the building, a big table spot. It's not really a match.
Yeah, honestly. Well, and then Christ, you've got Mick Foley who's out here wanting one more match.
This is a funny comment. I love this because we know what's going to happen. We know we're going to get this, my guy.
I fucking hate it so much.
How fucked is it? And we talked about this in All In. You were going to fight Will in the UK at Wembley, and you made yourself the babyface going in. And they all cheered Will just so you could do the Queen spot at the beginning. And nobody wanted you to win. Everybody in the building, 80,000 people were cheering for Ospreay.
I have a legitimate question. And this could be going off of just his singing on.
Sorry.
Dive off the top there, off the stanchion. Whether this could be going off of Jericho singing, off of his response to crowd reaction. Is Chris Jericho deaf? Is he hard of hearing?
No, he's the guy. Like when you watch American Idol and the person shows up and they're like, I'm going to win this year. And then they get in the audition.
He's William Hung. She bangs. She bangs.
He is officially William Hung.
No, he's William not hung. He's Jericho not hung. I don't bang. I don't bang.
And the crowd going crazy for Sting as he takes out everybody in the tunnelway, folks. Sting is a madman. Sting splash. He's nuts. I will admit, like if your grandfather was at your house jumping off the balcony, you'd be pretty impressed.
Should someone call for a wellness check on Sting? Just not for his physical safety, for his mental.
He's living his best life, man.
I don't know. I don't know if you would classify your best life as jumping off of fucking ladders and shit onto nobodies.
He seems to be having a fucking wonderful time. Like,
Right. Well, Sting is relentless. I'm confused by this. Are all your other questions illegitimate, Nick?
Yes.
Maybe.
That's what I was like. I like when Nick has a legitimate question.
Shut up. What up, Kevin? Sting official. No. Sting going full savage. Well, he's out there. He's going to grab Darby. I got you for 3 minutes. Boom, ready.
Well, is this Sting's second last match? It is February 7th.
Yeah.
Is this Sting's second last match? Will he have any other matches between now and March 3rd?
Probably not. Shit, because now, granted, do they take the titles here? But yeah,
I think so.
I hadn't really fully thought about that. This is the second to last time we're going to see Sting here in a match.
Oh, the fans can be funny. He could. The only way they don't win the titles tonight is if the Bucks, like if I was trying to build up some excitement for that Revolution match, the Bucks could cost them here tonight. And we haven't seen the Bucks yet tonight.
That's a blessing.
Which means
don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it 2 more times, otherwise they'll show up.
Right.
I think this is a way of you get the belts off of Starks and Bill without them having to lose to the Bucks.
No, I actually think I do agree with that. But I actually think it's a way for the Bucks to get the belts back in a very underhanded. Not only do you get to retire Sting, we're going to give you the titles. And that's the favoritism that hurts AEW at times.
See, well, you could almost do favoritism to an extent because, I mean, you had the corporation and everything in WWE, but they built around that. They made it a heel thing. They invested in it. You had stars involved in it. People tune out when the Bucks are on television now.
You need more for the Bucks. You like if the Bucks are going to do that, they need people that they almost need like a Don Callis to be the manager to help them because you like I said, when they're on TV, it's like horrible community theater. And there goes Big Bill.
Is it safe to say that the Bucks are not who they think they are?
That's very safe. They are to wrestling as Jericho is to singing.
Incredibly valid.
6 more likes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
They had one big hit, and then that's just what carried them over. One made a fucking album, the other made a company.
There you go. And here goes
Darby, baby.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that was clean.
Big Bill pancaking Darby on the outside in a deep 6.
Yeah, I can't wait till W. Morrissey's back in WWE. He's a guy who, outside of finding himself again and kind of getting his feet underneath him again, is misused as wasted talent again in AEW.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's been extremely good, man. Extremely good.
That was super impressive right there. Caught Darby mid-tope into a deep 6, a sidewalk slam, a tornado sidewalk slam, what have you.
I mean, it must be fun if you're, Big Bill and you get to do these moves to somebody who's 110 pounds.
Yeah, like, you can do it in NXT. It's just called Von Wagner.
Shit. Sting getting dropped on the guardrail.
As he does. I like that. He does the woo.
Big Edge.
Fuck.
Good job, Bash.
Right. You did good, kid. You did good.
This has to be AEW's best Dynamite show of the year. Yes, I will give. We're not even done yet, but this is a check mark for them. I said they were 0-4 in 2024. This might actually be an okay one for me.
Now, as you've been here day in and day out so far this year, was that a hard line to jump over, or is this you're just basically you just had to step up?
They did step up tonight. I mean, again, I would have rearranged how I put the show together a little bit. A bit of a botch there, but man, Darby just got thrown by his neck, and look, Bill just mocking everybody.
Right.
But yeah, a much better outing this week for sure.
There you go. JV saying this man looks like if Edge and Test had a kid. Man's eating his little chain there. Now, if you're AEW, do you bring in Enzo?
I mean, I would have, and I keep saying it, man. If at any point you had that music hit, Enzo's music, the place would come unglued. If you got that like opening that whoop, 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 whatever that.
But you can't use that because that's WWE music.
I know, but man,
you make infringement.
Bring them back to WWE for that reason.
Oh, where was it? Oh, not you, Rapunzel. Or I'm sure I've messed up your name already, but I'll go with it. Is Big Bill's real name George Kittle?
That's funny. AEW has the big business on already, and it says Big Boss in the background, so it means the boss Sasha Banks may come to AEW pay-per-view. But it's not a pay-per-view. It's just a Wednesday Dynamite. Unless you look at Revolution first.
When you get with a guy who says he's got a big bank account and he takes you to fucking Applebee's instead of, the fine dining restaurant here on your first date. Hey, let's go.
Right?
Yeah, we hit. I refreshed and I got the 99. So, give us
Big Bill going for a ride.
Starts with the Scorpion neck drop. 1, 2.
Darby save. Yo, Big Bill may have torn his pec. Look at the bruise on his right shoulder. No way. No way. Come on now.
I mean, now I'm gonna be looking at least.
I gotta look. You know how
you're a big fan for purple pecs.
I don't trust him.
She's like, this man just painted it on there mid-match.
It wouldn't be purple that fast.
You never know. I kind of hate that because he clearly set up for it, but yeah. Pop Rocks. Darby after he moves for Roxanne Perez.
That's right, Pop Rocks.
Oh,
drop. Almost missed.
Well, that looked more like Big Bill sat there and rock bottomed there out of it.
Let me cradle you to the ground, young man.
Right. Oh.
Camille's an option. And maybe Toni goes ham. And it's like, oh, look at this. Big Bill walking up with
Darby on his back.
Ladies and gentlemen, would somebody get their child off Big Bill?
Right.
Oh, through the table!
Oh, no, this man can't tap. Grabs the rope. You
can't. No rope break. No rope break.
Look at Morrissey's chest.
No rope break.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's a in Texas death match, but he gave it up. Or a tornado.
Only 2 matches are announced. Yeah, it's been an interesting one. And one of the matches is Ishii versus fucking OC. Which, again, we just saw Chuck T got beat up by the Undisputed Kingdom, which I don't know why the Undisputed Kingdom's in a rivalry with the Best Friends. And in the midst of that rivalry starting to brew, he's fighting Ishii. Why is he not fighting Taven or Roddy or Spear?
2 go. I'm surprised Stu didn't show up with the minivan and just run everybody over.
That wasn't much of a kick out. Tickets will be on sale Saturday, February 18th at 10 a.m. There you go. We'll find out.
Well, here, if you send us a picture of your ticket to Big Business in Boston, we'll send you a sign that says "We want better." # We want better.
A new
What the fuck?
And new tag team champions, Sting and Darby, out of nowhere.
Literally, I was making a joke, and then now we're cutting to children in the crowd with their face half painted. And by the way, Big Bill and Darby have been like gone absent for the last 5 minutes of this match.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new tag team champions,
the Young Bucks.
Yeah, soon to give those belts. Yeah, why do they keep showing these twins?
I don't know.
Is that his kids? Are those Sting's kids? They look like Sting.
They do, and they also look like douchebags.
Oh, son of a bitch.
They do. They look like a son of a bitch.
The finish was a little flat.
Yeah, they are. They got to be Sting's kids because he's
Keep showing them.
Yeah, they very much. They're just missing the fucking face paint. They're Sting's kids.
Oh, here they come. See, the Young Bucks should come out and kick the kids. But see,
this is cool. This is cute when Goldberg does it when his kid's like fucking 10. When these guys are our age, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, they're our age. What are you doing?
And new safe and very safe finish. Sting is not going out of champ, Freebird. He is handing those belts over to the Young Bucks on his way out.
Yeah, and this has got to be very much of, well, this is going to be your dad's second to last match. This is going to be the last time he's holding up a title.
I like this, though. I like the moment. I'm okay. I'm a big sucker for it.
I like the moment. I just know the future.
Been predicting it for a long time. And there they are. Okay. They're even beating up the kids who are way bigger than them, by the way.
Yeah.
Kids are way bigger.
Signed.
What?
Have Sting's kids versus the Young Cucks. And that's the match that needs to happen.
Sting's kids are jacked compared to the Bucks.
And you know it's always a wrestling spot when you've got to cover the sledgehammer or the head of the baseball bat with your hand to hit them with it.
But listen, I hate the Bucks, but this was the right booking choice.
Oh, I kind of like, and they clearly did this for a reason of why they're wearing all whitest now. Matthew has all red on the side of his, fucking Backstreet Boys outfit because he's busted Darby open here.
Yeah.
Now, see, you should have done this, though, with Sting. If you did all of this with Sting, and that's how you send him off of, you just got to fire up, and then you fucking finally put Old Yeller down, way better than you're going at Darby.
The EVP trigger, by the way, the new name as Excalibur, the voice of the Young Bucks, lets us know. But this was the right ending to this, guys. Finally, I mean, I hate him, but everybody, rock, buddy, everybody. They was talking about Rocky.
Everybody. Jackson's back. All right. The
only issue I have with any of this is Sting's kids shouldn't have been in the ring. They could kick the shit out of the Young Bucks.
My biggest issue, and I get what you're saying with that, is, and because that's a great shot of Matt Jackson there, the bloody suit and everything, that should be Sting's blood rather than Darby.
Yeah, tomato.
No, that looks like tomato sauce. I want tomato sauce. I want Sting sauce on that.
Sting's got some blood on him. I don't know. There you go.
Yeah, that's more, tobacco, eh?
EVP trigger, what a mockery. That my issue with this is if they weren't Tony's fucking butt buddies, they would not be in this position, and they are going to be tag team champions and retire Sting. And I called this weeks and weeks and weeks ago. I'm so fucking bummed. But good ending to the show. Good show overall.
Good ending, needed a good amount of tweaks, though.
I said we hadn't seen the Bucks yet. I kind of put that.
Yeah. See, you said it too many times, and they fucking showed up.
I feel bad now. All right, Ladies and gentlemen, Dynamite has gone off the air. I will take your rating out of 10. And I'm really curious how people feel about this one. Really curious, actually.
Yeah. Well, we've got 8.5 thank you bucks to a 6 to a 6.5 to 10 to 6.75, 7, 9, 8, 9, 7. We're all over the place here. Everybody.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I mean, what the best part of the show tonight was the beginning.
Yep.
For sure. I understand why this was the main event. I do.
You do now. Yeah.
But you could have still, I mean, yeah, I guess you couldn't open the show with all the confetti and shit. Sting's kids are way bigger than the Young Bucks. I'm still stuck on that part.
Yeah.
Jacked.
The only issue I would say that, or the biggest glaring issue with this show, is everything between the first match and the last match was a pothole.
It was like a shit sandwich. The bread was lovely.
Right. A lovely brioche fucking bun, but between that was nothing but a turd.
Little bit lacking. Let's go. Okay, so the opening match cooks, it's fire. The ending is highly debatable. I didn't like it. To me, it's another one of what I call Tony Khan's chicken shit booking.
Mm-hmm.
After that, what did we get that was really strong? The announcement was underwhelming. We already knew. What do you think? I mean, even the main event match wasn't a great match.
I'm giving this a 6. I don't know how you feel.
Oh, dude, it's so funny because it's the first week of 2024 where I'm like, they did okay, but I'm kind of with you. I mean,
it's okay above a 5. You got a C+ instead of a C, Tony.
You know what? I'll be nice because of the opening match was so good, because the Jericho match was so bad. They lose a point for that for sure.
Yeah, you sucked the life out of everything in between here.
Man, I'm torn.
If you're gonna give this a fucking 8, I swear to God.
Oh no, I'm not that high. I'm kind of like a 7. I'm kind of feeling 7, like a solid show, but not really. And again, dude, week in and week out, people know you got I'm usually here just fucking shaking my fist by the end of the show of how dare you? But this week I'm trying to be happier about it. And yeah, I mean, everything that's everyone talks about predictable wrestling. That was so predictable, and how this plays out is so predictable. I'd say it's a solid show. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. It was a 7 out of 10. Hangman and Swerve was banging, and the main event was banging. The middle of it was mid at best.
Okay,
go ahead.
Oh, I'm just thinking. So Swerve and Hangman went for 30 minutes. Darby and Sting went for 20, right? So that's 50 minutes. That's half your show. So basically what people are saying is it was a good show. And I mean, I gave it a 7. Don't get me wrong. But now that I'm breaking it down, half the show was pretty garbage.
Yeah. You had a good 40 minutes of that show, and everything else was ass. Just pure ass.
The Lucha match wasn't great. Why are the Job Squad coming out to help the BCC, by the way?
Because they're the only, that's all they have left for them to do. They're not even the Job Squad anymore. There's no Canada like French Canada.
Coke and Diet Coke representing Canada.
Right. Well, and Nick Bray out here saying, I'm truly starting to think that AEW is really coming to an end. There's just no life left to this roster.
Who moves the needle? Who makes people want to tune in? Who makes
Swerve? And you started the show with that.
Yeah, I mean Ricky Starks, I love, but they just took the belts off him.
He's gone. He don't count.
Oh yeah, we said it.
He's gone.
Back. I'm ready to go.
Right.
I'm leaving here. Fuck your show.
Exactly. He's already got fucking his WWE Twitter handle lined up and everything.
6.25. Yeah, maybe I'll go 6.5. Now that I thought.
No. I don't want to talk you down now because you've been the regular here. I'm the naysayer out here popping in.
I have not given the show higher than 5 this year. So
I told you, I said it as a joke. Oh, congratulations, Tony. You finally got above a 5.
Fuck. 5. I didn't watch it all. Well, fuck. The Bum Bucks. The B. Why did I got to click on you? 5. I mean, again, you get the mixed emotions. There's some people that thought it was like an 8 or 9. Like, and that's what I asked. Like, I find that Tony Khan is always doing this. He'll give you a really bad show with 1 or 2 really good things, so that like some fans are like, well, that Swerve match was awesome. Dynamite ruled. Like, wait till the dude in the digital car jumps on and says that was the most amazing show he's ever seen.
Oh, he's going to give this a fucking 11 out of 10 right now. Fuck is you talking about there? But Connor right there saying I've been a Swerve guy since NXT, and he's the only thing keeping me watching AEW.
Yeah.
That sums it up perfectly there.
And you even watered him down with a friend of the family, because Adam Page can't just walk off and mind his own business. You got to throw him into the mix. You can't just have Swerve versus Joe straight up.
The Bum Bucks indeed. Keyshawn saying only saw first match, gotta watch highlights later. Westby saying the show a 10 for that earth-shattering announcement alone.
Facts.
I can't wait to watch, JD from my mom's basement talk about how that fucking announcement's the greatest thing ever. Is he gonna make a trek from New York to Boston?
Probably. So
let me see you, motherfucker. Let me see you.
We're getting Sasha. We're gonna reinvent the industry. Oh my god.
Yeah, let me catch you on them streets. This will be Gandalf running up on fucking Frodo here.
Big business. Vince McMahon coming to AEW.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And it's Johnny Laurinaitis sung from the heavens here. And he's just singing like a jailbird. So now he's like, Tony, you gotta hire me, pal.
Yeah, Johnny instantly became Fiddler on the fucking roof, and then he's gonna let all the fucking dirty secrets out. He can't wait to battle.
If I were a snitch man, yada da 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 da.
I like the Tony Storm match. I thought Tony Storm, Red Velvet, it did what it needed to do. Again,
you just like cake.
I'm a big fan, and Tony's got cake. Yeah, no, her and Red Velvet was okay. It was a good match. I'll give you that.
I'm still giving it a solid 6.
Solid 6.
The more we keep talking, my ratings getting lower.
The more we talk about it, the more I'm like, fuck, I shot high. But then again, listen, NXT, pause. The NXT had the main event end with a guy sliding out from under the ring and punching a guy with a fake boxing glove. A punching glove. What the fuck's wrong with me?
Well, you're used to boxing days, so you got confused there. But
right.
NXT, I think, worked really well because you actually had true heat with Carmelo and everything.
Yeah. No,
this was a solid 40 minutes of wrestling. Unfortunately, it took 2 hours for us to get there.
Yeah, I think what you could have done is had Sting and Darby open the night. Sting wins. You still have the thing. They get jumped, go to commercial, come back from commercial, and we go on with the rest of the show and end the show with the fucking Swerve Hangman thing, because that was the best part of the show. And it's so weird to start the show really hot and nothing lives up to it after the fact.
I would have done second hour with Swerve Hangman, or you could have done, you start off the show with the tag match, you do second hour Swerve Hangman.
Maybe.
Because, you don't know when it's going to end. So, granted, there's a fucking time limit, I guess, but no one was aware of it. And you just let that go. And then you end the show with like the celebration of, and Sting won his, tag team titles. And that's when the Young Bucks come out there and jump him, and you get the big fucking issue. And then you have his kids. Could you imagine his kids show up instead of getting welcomed into the ring, they jump the railing and run off the Young Bucks?
Interesting. And that would be more believable than the Young Bucks beating up the Sting kids.
The kids that are giant compared to them.
Jacked. And there's the little measly fucking Bucks swinging white bats, by the way, white bats. Hangman versus Swerve, they got to run that back. No time limit. Do you think when they're getting late in a match, any match, if it gets to like the 25-minute mark, the announcers should at least call attention to it, or do they feel like don't say anything and then it surprises people? But I feel like it's poorly done that way. Like, I feel like if anything was going to hit a time limit, they would tell us.
Well, there's multiple layers within that question of that. You should build it up on there being a time limit beforehand, because anytime that there's been a draw, they've done draws that have worked, a la Danielson, but they built up to it. They announced it. They acknowledged it beforehand. I don't think you exactly need, the clapper, 10 seconds left in the round here at the end, like the UFC or anything. But it's that fine line. But yeah, I wasn't expecting this to have a time limit draw of all things.
Yeah, I think that any match that gets within 5 minutes of the time limit, this way you avoid where people go, well, if you mention the time limit, then people know you're going to do it. No, but if you do it every time a match gets to the 25-minute mark, that you point out, hey, we only got 5 minutes left in this match, at least to put it out there.
Your biggest problem is assuming that AEW can be consistent with anything, and there's already the flaw within your argument is consistency.
Right. Fuck. Too funny. All of it very, very predictable. TNA won't be affected till next week. Curious how the wrestlers are reacting, specifically Giselle. Makes sense. Kazarian and old blood of TNA. Not just Moose was posting videos. Moose was really upset about this. Like he cited the fact that Scott D'Amore was a big reason why he chose TNA over WWE.
Jordan Grace, etc.
Yeah.
Josh Alexander.
A lot of wrestlers are going to be affected by this. Now, does that mean they're just going to up and quit? No, they're contractually obligated. People got to feed their families, got to put, they got to pay their bills. So, but again, re-signing talent and the overall product that's delivered, I'm really concerned about.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is when the WWE creative team is Triple H, fucking Rumi, Stardom,
Rossi,
Rick Ross, and Rossi, Rick Ross. That's the big motherfucker. and Scott D'Amore, that's your creative team. And then all of a sudden, Jordan Grace wants to sign. Obviously, Julia's about to sign, I feel, with WWE. Yeah. Talk about poaching talent. You're handing them the fucking keys to do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, now the story is that Julia's hanging around with Rossi because she wants to help him launch his new promotion, and then she's leaving.
I think she's there's been the whole discussion of, are they just going to start NXT Japan in WWE? But
maybe
to think that Stardom's gone from the premier, the number 2 Japanese wrestling promotion to now may cease to be.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, no, it's fact.
TNA, the writing's on the wall, and you're just following suit, I feel.
Yeah, and I feel like I saw people today with the TNA story and Scott D'Amore. I saw it with the Rossi story. Instantly, people are like, fucking WWE. You're like, what? Like, it instantly blamed the WWE for all of it. Like, oh, the Fed's at it again. You're like, oh, okay.
Well, I guess slow down, calm down here.
After big business, it will be AEW presents large transactions.
AEW presents insufficient funds.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Top Dog.
Return on investment.
Return on investment. That is a good one.
Yeah, it's amazing. Tony's never heard those words.
Right. Yeah, right. He knows what an investment is. The return.
He's never had a return on it.
Seriously, enough of Jericho and Red Velvet. Seriously. Oh, I mean, Red Velvet's got something. She's just not booked great. She's not terrible. She just botches a lot.
In no uncertain terms, she's got cake.
It's cupcakes.
Cup of cakes, cup of haters, cup of haters. Cup of cakes.
Fix the middle part and they'd be okay. Nobody cares about luchadors, and we don't know. We are all
word luchador.
Even if they don't have a mask.
Right.
It was verified that he did wear one to the ring.
Oh, see, I'm not fully insane. Just 95% of the way there.
It was funny because you're like, his mask is coming off. I'm like, no, his ponytail came out.
No, I thought he just lost his mask entirely.
Because listen, I have been very, very critical. I do not like the Young Bucks at all. But if you were going to finally build some heat for this match going into Revolution, that was a good move. Yes.
I agree. There were still just slight tweaks I would make. But
I know but they both bled, just for the record. Sting did have some
right, but I think if you're sitting there and the visual is saying Matt Jackson is holding up a bloody Sting as he's got a white skin suit and everything that's covered in Sting's blood, there's your fucking end of your video package right there.
Darby's the punching bag. That's the problem. Is Darby takes the vast majority.
He ain't gonna have a job in 2 months. He ain't gonna work here anymore. Beat the shit out of him. He got nothing but the rest of his time to heal up. Darby's got to go climb mountains and everything.
Right. The Bucks have the match inside of a church and call it the Christian as fuck super kick party hosted by
In nomine patria filii spiritus.
I partly think that's why Sting picked the Young Bucks, is because they're all very, menish. Maybe they should have passed it like they do the collection plate there. Yeah, right. No shit. Triple H is getting replaced by Brian Gerwitz. Not today, Junior. Not today. The card declined.
The next show is going out of business.
Right. I'm waiting for AEW Presents. Where did everybody go?
Yeah, seriously. How come you don't want me, man? And just Tony in an empty ring, just doing the Will Smith. Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we are just rambling. Again, this was the best Dynamite we have been given in 2024. Mixed reviews. Some people are going to love it. A lot of people are going to focus on the two big moments and be like, great. But yeah, there's definitely some work to do in that middle part of the roster. Tony Khan, can you please learn what a press release is? Please, pretty please. Use Twitter for press releases instead of arguing with fans with 10 followers. AEW presents Off to the Fed. You're right. Yeah, they're 1-5. Congratulations, you made it 1-5 so far out of your shows in 2024. You got to start somewhere. So there's optimism for next week that they can build on this momentum. We won 1. 2 is a streak. Quack, 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 quack. Right. So, no, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fun show. We appreciate the chat being fully exploded all night long. But come back tomorrow, live, twice tomorrow, 7 p.m. and 8:15 p.m. We got the press conference for WrestleMania. We also have TNA, which we said Ringsider Anthony's going to have a lot to say. So make sure you come back for that. We got the doubleheader Friday, Saturday. We got more doubleheaders Sunday. We got our Super Bowl party. So be a friend, tell a friend. Click all our links below. Go click some merchandise or buy some merchandise too. Don't just click on it. Right. Thank you for enjoying our coverage of Dynamite here tonight. That was a fun one, my friend. Absolutely. So tomorrow, yeah, we got that shit going back to back. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about the rest of you, but put that full life with it. That's it, folks. TK, press releases are important. Until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. We got some big business to do. Bye.